And like I said, the bigger we get, we got more people coming at us. People are going to try to do bad things to us no matter what because they don't want us to succeed.
Is we grew up so fast that we got so much attention, and you're not allowed to, in the corrupted market, you're not allowed to go fast. You're not allowed to pop out of nowhere and help people change their life. You're not allowed to do that.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. I hope that all of you are having a fabulous MLM Monday, the day where you watch your favorite multi-level marketing creator. And today we're going to be watching some Onpassive because over the weekend, I believe it was yesterday, they did a webinar, their Heroes webinar. I believe they do it every single Sunday. And this week was a very interesting title. It was called Clean, Positive, and Ethical Business. I'm not sure what clean means. So I'm interested to find out. Hopefully they explain that all to us because I wouldn't really describe Onpassive as clean, positive, and ethical, but I am somebody that speaks out about the cult, of course, so I wouldn't. So I'm very interested to see how they kind of convince themselves during this live stream that Onpassive is clean. Again, whatever that means, positive and ethical. If clean means legal, I'm going to be very upset. I am. And speaking of legal, also yesterday, Doug Brooks was on the Recovering Hunbots channel. He is an attorney that actually often works taking down MLMs. So if you could please go and watch that. He went over any questions that you might have about the litigation. It was really great to watch that. I feel like we got to see a lawyer just kind of reiterate all the things that we've been saying and wondering about. And so it was a good time. So definitely go and watch that. It's pretty short. It's less than an hour long, and it's all just some good information. Because sometimes when I tell you guys things, you're like, Queen isn't a professional. She's just like this failed social worker that like now does YouTube. I don't know why she's covering a litigation. That Queen girl, she's so fucking crazy. All she does on the internet is like, come on, and then like scream. I mean, she says things about communities and we call her crazy, and then 2 years later, we're all out here saying the same thing about them. That fucking crazy Queen. So go and watch Doug Brooks on the Recovering Hunbot, and then maybe then you can say, that lawyer is a fucking liar, and it will be more fun for you. So without further ado, let's just get right into the heroes and clean. I don't really know what clean means. I'm thinking they mean, does clean mean they don't pollute? That would be good. I mean, I guess that's kind of true, right? I mean, they're not polluting. They're not running any big factories that are pouring things into the ocean or anything of the sort. Julie loves to give you technical support long time. Yes, she does. Clean blue vases. It could just be about ash washing stuff. I love Onpassive, and I mostly loved Ash Mufareh. Well, I'm glad to hear that's past tense and that you no longer love Ash Mufareh. That's good. Clean, not Marty's commode. Not his chair either. Hello, Steve. His chair is also not clean. I definitely wouldn't want to smell it. Anyway, as you can see, we have Oliver here. Comfort, of course. She's the one that pretty much runs this. Andy Burks, Collins Manna makes an appearance. Engineer Mike. It's always like the same people. You know, it's the die-hard cultists that are in here like, yes, I love Onpassive.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heroes webinar. My name is Comfort. I'm talking to you from the United Kingdom. Today is Sunday, the 27th of October, 2024. And of course, we are back again to share our excitement. We are sharing a powerful opportunity, an opportunity that will change every life in every part of the world. And the topic for today says, we are bringing to you a clean, positive, and ethical business. So we will just like people, according to this topic, to share from their hearts. What does this mean to you? Do you agree that our business is a good one, it's a clean one, it's positive, and it's ethical? So
wait, what? So are we going to have it explained what that means? Because as you can see, if you threw that question to me right now, I'd be very confused. I'd be like, wait, what do we mean by clean? Okay. The others can't be trusted to not raise issues. That's really what it is, right? It really is. And I believe that they choose who's speaking at all of these before they come on. Comfort is homeschooling her children. That should take 3 days max.
Share your heart, share even a bit more, even if something out of that, but then share what this whole opportunity means to you to inspire someone and to keep someone going as we wait for our...
I guess like if you're in a cult, homeschooling is something that you would do. I'm just saying. The only times that you should, like, that homeschooling occurs, as someone that's been in social work, let me tell you, is if the person's in a cult, all right? And for whatever reason, they're brainwashed into being one of those anti-vaxxer, anti-public school, fuck big pharma mothers, or there's abuse in the home. And so the parents are too scared to send their kids out. You can be like, oh, I'm the best person. I'm the most smartest person in the entire world. So I should be the one educating my child under a curriculum that I make myself so that she can never learn beyond what I know. All you want to me, and I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, you're obviously neglecting or abusing your child, so you won't send them to school. That is just my thoughts on homeschooling. All right, in CAS, if they hear you homeschool, they kind of go, oh, all right, well, what reasons do you have for not wanting your kids to get a real education then? Just
CEO,
saying.
Mr. Ash Mufareh, to get ready. So
It's like most of my haters are actually homeschoolers. Just gonna throw that out there. Anti-vax homeschoolers.
let's hear from our brother Collins
Always
to launch
is.
this session for us. Welcome, bro.
Thank you, Comfort. I didn't know I'll be the first one to call, but anyway.
I hate
Yes.
Comfort every time she does this. She goes on, she'll be like, so this is our topic. Okay, now all of you guys scramble to come up with what we're talking about. Like, she doesn't explain it. Like, I don't really know what she means, but maybe Collins does. He'll explain.
So we're looking at the topic today. And one of the things I was just thinking about is ethical. You know, and yesterday,
Because,
I think we talked.
like, to me, if you said your business is clean, other than the way that we've been joking about it here, I would think that that means ethical and above the law. You know, like, so to me, it's like they're saying heroes, ethical, positive, and ethical.
Touch a lot about that with the CEO being an ethical person, you know, and Vincent also touched a point, and then Bob also tried to explain it again in a way where they said if a company is not ethical, you will hardly get customers. You know, people follow ethical business. And if we look at it very well, you know, one of the key principles with Mr. Ash Mufareh as we move along is about telling the truth. You know, it's about coming out.
Okay, I feel like you need to explain what it actually means, though. And one of the reasons is because about half the people at this webinar, English is not their first language. So, again, just throwing out these adjectives here and just being like the clean, positive, ethical, and whatnot, like, and then telling them to explain what it means to them, it might not really make sense to a lot of them. I have English as a first language, and I'm over here going, what does he mean clean and ethical? Are those not like the same things? Like, in this sense, for a company like Onpassive, like, what? So, I'm gonna have an aneurysm by the end of this. It's just kind of unfair to do.
Telling the truth, even if it means it is something that he don't really want to say, but he want to keep all of us in the loop, because that's his nature. Coming out, telling us when we have bad time, when there's bad time, coming out, he will come out and share with us, and he will come out when there is good time. You know, it's not only when things are good, he will come out and share with us. Even when things are difficult, he always comes. Just to
it's been about 3 weeks since we've seen Ash. We're going on a month without Ash Mufareh showing up to say anything. And when the site went up on October 4th and started working again, we were told it would be a matter of days, not weeks, not months, but days. And then we would have the products being added to the ecosystem. It's the 28th today. So we still don't have anything. And he has not made an appearance since he made the appearance, basically to be like, yeah, see, I put the OES back up. It's working. You can log in. So I don't know if now would be a great time to bring him up and talk about how he shows up to let us know all about his problems, because something's gone wrong here. Obviously, something has gone wrong over the past few weeks. All right. It's all very raw. It's very, very raw. See, where in the world is Ash Mufareh? We're going to find Carmen Sandiego before we find Ash Mufareh at this point. Like, I'm like, is he ever coming back? Like, what's going on, Ash? Because something happened. I'm assuming, I mean, we were told everything's good to go. OES goes back up. Don't worry, it'll be a matter of days. Everything else will go back up. And here we are 24 days later, and it's still not up. So I've been over here for the last few weeks kind of going, what happened? Like what's gone wrong now? Not that I thought it was going to go smoothly, but like something's happened. And he isn't showing up to say anything right now. He's just kind of leaving everyone hanging, strung along, you know? So, Jesus Christ, Ricardo. So, like, again, this is the worst time to kind of come out here and be like, yeah, that Ash Mufareh, he's real transparent. He always comes and tells me when there's problems. Okay, so should we expect him tomorrow or?
Was in the loop. This shows that Mr. Ash Mufareh is ethical. First, let's look at it. We know he built this business because of what? Because of humanity. It's not about him. It's about humanity. And for you to get that connection with people, you must be straightforward. You must be truthful. You know, you must be really truthful in all your ways. You must believe in your own self. Because if you don't believe in your own self, how will people believe in you? You know, there is a saying I say, you must rise above your own self so you can see yourself better. Because if you cannot see yourself better, how then do you see others? You know, that's one of the principles with Mr. Ash Mufareh, you know, and he's built clean business. And that's why we are 1.4 million. If it's not because of that, you know, if you're not ethical, you cannot attract people to yourself. You know, how can you be someone who will just come and tell you without anything, any reason, nothing to show for at that time, said, follow me and I'll take you to the top. You know, he was really truthful. He was sincere. He said, I know the road will not be easy. I know things will be tough, but I know 100% we will get there. You know, he always assures us that we will get there no matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard things are.
He's being sued by the S.E.C. for $108 million. He owes his bills. He owes wages to his ex-employees, and he doesn't come out here and talk about any of that. See, Ash will only come out here too, because he hasn't really even told us what went wrong this last time, remember? Apparently, somebody stole all of the commissions owed to them for the O Connect. Took off with all the money, just took the money and all their products and ran away with everything, all the data and all that. So he never really told us what happened with that. So again, is he transparent? Is he ethical? Is this the time to be talking about that?
We'll get there. And he said he will make sure he give us, he reward the founders, you know, based on what, you know, he said, whatever is legally possible, he will, you know, compensate us, the founders.
No, he actually told you. I remember, you know, I watch a lot of Ash webinars. I know. I don't know. I'm kind of like that, you know. You can send me an award later. But what he actually said is he's not in this for the money. He's not here to make 1 cent back. So every dollar that he makes in this company was supposed to go back into the pockets of all of you. And then he made $108 million, and it just went into his wife's bank account. And you didn't even get $1 of it. Then he made a whole bunch more money. Again, we're not really sure how much. We can speculate how many people bought O Connect, but we really don't know. But we do know that several people did pay for it because you had to pay for it at the time. So people did send in their money. We know people paid for their O Connect. September 2023, right? And then all that money just kind of went missing. Apparently somebody stole it with all of your data. Like, it's like, you know, to quote Bill Clinton, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. All right. Why are we sitting here now waiting for the third time for Ash to collect all of the money and pocket it after he told you that he was going to give it all to you? It was 100%. He didn't need to make any profit. He's not in this for the money. And I even said at the time, that's a ridiculous claim to make because you need to put some money back into the business to keep it running. There has to be somewhat of a profit in a business to keep the business running. And then he was like, no, I will be all good. I don't need a thing. I'm just in this for all of my founders, all of you guys. And it's like, okay, that's what was said. So we have yet to see it or to hear what happened with this money.
And that's the compensation plan of Onpassive. So he is really true to it. He said, you know what? I need to have a clean business. When he started Onpassive, I remember the day he told us something. He said, I presented everything to the government because he said, you either pay now,
hello,
and then do what? And then suffer later, or you prefer to suffer. That's the narrative. You go and show them everything, and then later on you enjoy the fruit, because why will you hide it? Most companies suffer because they always hide the bad, and when the government come after them, they'll cry. But I say, no, I want a clean business. I want an ethical business. There is no hidden agenda. I want everything to be perfect. Give the government what?
Okay, but what does that mean? See, okay, so for a lot of people, ethical business means that you not only are like ethical to the customers, but you're doing your business in a way that it's good for the environment, right? And your business like maybe runs in an organization that's actually helping people, not just pretending to, and etc. Like, again, what is your definition of ethical? I feel like maybe they have very different definitions of words than we have. They do kind of have their own dictionary. So
a password for them to check everything. He goes to the government and says, look at my business. This is it. Tell me what you want, and I'm ready to do it. That's someone with heart, someone who want to play the game according to the rules, and it is really beautiful. Build the business from scratch. No,
Ash doesn't want to play the game by the rules. He's actually come out and said he does not like the laws. He does not like the regulations. The S.E.Cs are just pieces of shit sent by the government to shut him down because he's going to be a bigger tech giant than Elon Musk. He's going to be richer than Elon Musk. He's going to take over the whole world, and nobody wants that. Even though, again, he didn't need to make any of the money and blah, 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 blah. And so, like, come on, man. All right? Like, what do you mean?
Knows that the road will be bad. Things can happen, but I will take you to where you want to go. So, Mr. Comfort, we can explain the ethical of this man and look at the way he built his business. We know that we are in a better place.
We know that he's looking for loopholes constantly to keep it legal. Like, he literally said that, his exact words. Me and my lawyers are just constantly looking for loopholes here so that they can keep their business legal. It's an illegal business. Again, Doug Brooks explained it yesterday. If you want to hear it from a lawyer instead of me. Ethical business don't sell products in third world countries that the people there don't even have a use for and definitely cannot afford to. They especially don't sell them for high prices, which, again, their O-Connect is more expensive than Zoom. So they're not trying to make their products cheaper because they're in these places. They're not making them cheaper for these places either. Right? Like, if it's like some companies, when they do their pricing, by the way, I don't know if everyone's aware, but what they'll do is in like America and Canada, the UK, etc., they'll give us like a regular price, and then the same product might be available in a place like South Africa, but it'll actually be a lot cheaper there because they'll make the same profit there you know, if even if it's cheaper. So oftentimes they'll price products based on the region that they're selling them in, if that makes some sense. So if it's $250 in the US, in certain parts of the world, it might only be like $100 for the same thing. And it's literally because they know that that area could not afford it if they put big price on it, and they're still making a profit because it probably costs them $10 to make it. You know? It's not like Onpassive is doing that. It's not like they're doing that with their prices to help out these areas. Like they're like, oh, we know that you guys don't really have the internet there. So why would we then charge you $250 quarterly for OConnect? You know, we'll make it cheaper for you guys until we bring you the internet, sort of thing. Because remember, they promised that they were going to bring several places the internet. Onpassive has ended many wars, but they don't want to say which ones, as they are meek and humble. Ditto for their other great works. It's a mindset adjustment, right? In fairness, even the afterworld has no use for Onpassive's products. Really. You just pray. Hi, Wes. Good to see you. This was a very clean stream. Marcian says often we can't tell our children where we got the money because it is illegal. But now Onpassive is so green, we can be honest with them. Oh, is that what that means? Been trying to find out what clean means. Yeah, again, it can mean legal. I wasn't expecting it to, though. Okay. I look forward to that. There has been a change to the show being broadcast later. It will now be called Roblin Previously Live. Did you guys see how rude Comfort was? No, not yet. We're just starting. We're just starting it. We're at Collins Mana. I'm just trying to figure out what the heck clean means to them. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. I'm trying to figure it out. Hopefully Collins explains it. So far, he's telling us how transparent and ethical Ash is, and I've already been triggered 5 times.
Because we need to, I believe, if you have not trusted Mr. Ash Mufareh for now, then I don't know if you've been paying attention, you've been looking at this man, and then looking at what is out there, comparing, you know. So I'll leave it there, Mr. Comfort. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks so much. Yeah, I think I like the bit where you...
Question, where are your products, huh? Where are they? Why did Ash promise them days ago, and yet here we are waiting again? Should ask him for a refund. I don't think they're coming. And here's the thing, like, I want to be transparent with all of you. Even if this all gets up and running, okay, let's say by next month they have all their products. The OES is jamming, packed with all 50 products. They got them all done. They're all perfect. And now they're released. Everyone's selling them and making money. Things are going A-okay. You put all of your time, all of your money, all your energy into this thing, and then April 2026 comes around. And the S.E.C. wins their case. There's a director bar then put on Mr. Ash Mufareh. What that would mean is then your company would have to shut down. So any work that you're doing between now and then might not mean anything. It is not a smart business move for anyone to get involved in a company that is under a litigation like this with the S.E.C. just because that can happen in future. And wouldn't that be horrible? Like, that would almost be worse than sitting here and waiting for it all to come and it never coming. Is getting it all up and running, and then shutting it down because now it really is illegal. As of right now, it's not a legal business. Like, until this is all taken care of with the S.E.C., I cannot tell you that this is a legal business. I cannot say it's clean, and I cannot call it ethical. I almost can't even say the word ethical near the word Onpassive without chuckling a little bit. It's ridiculous.
Say Mr. Mufareh is just on about playing the game according to the rule. I think that's big. So, Andy, I know you've been in the sales industry for a couple of years, and I would like to know also from your perspective, why would it be important for someone to be looking at a business to be sure that it's clean, it is ethical, and of course, positive energy in it? Yeah.
So wait, you're gonna listen to him because he was in sales for fucking 2 years? In the meantime, I've been doing customer service and sales for 20 years, off and on, nonstop, but you won't listen to me? Okay.
Okay, so let me start by
Ignorance,
saying,
everyone.
what does ethical mean to you? It's conforming to an accepted standard of conduct. So for a person, it describes a person having the correct moral sense, being truthful, fair and honest. Now, if we look at the vast majority of companies that are out there, hand on heart, having been in financial services for many, many years, not just a few, comfort, but thank you. They're supposed to be companies that are whiter than white, and they're not. They're blacker than black. And I don't like to work that way. Why should you work that way? At the end of the day, the whole thing revolves around honesty. If you have a business, you should be honest. If you do anything in your life, you have to have honesty and integrity. If you don't have these things, who are you? Really, who are you? It doesn't make sense to me. And I love the fact that we have a system here that is being built for people that don't know how to market, like me, don't know how to acquire customers, like me, want to be able to build a business that pays
Like
on a
him?
regular basis and creates value for money. Now, we can speculate about what's gone on in the past with various other companies trying to disrupt what we've been doing, but honesty, integrity, and truth always wins through. So you're going to have a system in place very shortly that does exactly what it says on the tin. And all of these other companies that have been dishonest, disloyal, have no moral ethics or standards, they're eventually going to fall by the wayside, because that's called karma. And I'm a great believer in karma, so I can't wait.
That's sweet.
I just want to make sure it happens in this life and not the next. But hey.
You believe in karma? I'm glad. I don't believe in karma. My name being Queen of Karma is supposed to be kind of like a parody, because I don't believe in it. But I do believe that if you live a life doing wrong to people constantly, that eventually you might get yours. Because it makes sense to me that, for example, growing up, my mom used to always say, you hang out with bad people, bad things are going to happen. Right? And so for me, it's like, yeah, that makes some sense. Andy, you've been scamming people your whole life. So either you don't believe in karma and you're just spewing that out of your ass right now, or if you believe in karma and you believe that it will carry over into your next life, dude, you're coming back as a fly that is going to circle cow dung for about 30 days and then die. That will be your karma. I'm just saying. You might want to leave this thing and not promote it to other people like you're trying to do here.
At the end of the day, we have something. We've got hold of something very special. And our CEO, just by listening to our CEO, you can tell that this is a man of total integrity, of honesty and of trust. And I will follow that man because he is successful. He is a successful man. Why would you follow somebody who's a loser? Never understood that.
I don't know. What about Ash Mufareh is successful? Because the only success that he brags about in his career is that he built GDI Fusion, which was a system to help people in GDI get leads. So basically, like people are buying bots to pump up their business. Okay, so that, all right. Like you know what? Just keep talking for a bit.
You know, when you work for a company and you see someone that's successful, you want to find out what they're doing differently to the other guys, because that makes you successful. And that's exactly what Onpassive is doing. Now, we've had some ups and downs, but
again, Ash's only success, GDI Fusion, signing up people to GDI. Like, what other success has he had other than getting this large following here, in which you guys just say that you like him because of his success? And I'm like, this is his success, is duping allegedly 1.4 million people into believing that he's going to provide software to them. And then just stringing it along from 2018 until today while not providing anything. I wouldn't find that to be successful. That's not how I define success at all, in any way, shape, or form. But that's really the only success that Ash has really had. So you kind of are following a loser.
But as I said, honesty and integrity win through at the end of the day, and it's called karma. So we are going to get there. We have the perfect person at the helm to make sure that it does get there the way we want it to. So back to you. Hope that helps.
Yeah, it does.
Not really. But sure.
It does indeed. And thank you so much, Andy. Before you go, I just want to have a follow up, and I want you to speak a bit more. Yeah, you know, like earlier.
You're right. And he's also been successful in spending your $108 million after telling you that he was not interested in making 1 cent, and all the money he made would go back to all of you. Yeah, he went through $108 million quick. Like he made that money and it was gone by the time that the O-Connect was made. I mean, he says that he's been broke since June 2022. So I'm kind of like, okay, so does that mean that that's technically when he would have stopped accepting people into this scam? So that's when he would have had that $108 million. The S.E.C filed their case like a year later. A year later. So within that year, then he spent that $108 million. Like, Lord, that's a lot of money to spend in a year. All right. People thought $750,000 is a lot to spend in a few years. Imagine spending $108 million in 1 year.
Yeah, and Colin said again that Mr. Mufareh wants to play the game according to the rule. And in your definition and expatiation on the word ethical, the words that you used were truthful, fair, and honest. So we've seen giant companies, giant tech companies being dragged to the court and charged billions of pounds or dollars because like they're monopolizing the market share and stuff like that. And we have heard Mr. Mufareh say we are capable of taking the entire market share, but that's not our mission. We just want a tiny fraction of it, and we are fine. So would that be one of the things that qualify this company as being ethical, as the CEO being a man of integrity? Andy,
You're gonna have we're using
because you don't have shares in the company. Is that what you just said? Unethical companies have to have shares? What a weird way to think about that.
A platform at the moment, a video conferencing platform at the moment, and we know that when we had OConnect and we started to use OConnect, we saw a capability of 10,000 attendees for $125 a month. The next best rival charges $6,500 a month. Now, is that ethical? No, it's not. It's not value for money either. So,
okay,
it's very difficult to kind of look at it from a perspective, because there are two perspectives. One is an open, honest perspective of saying, I want to create value for money. And the other one says, I don't give a damn about my customers. All I want is profit. Thank you very much. That's what we're going for. And unfortunately, the vast majority of the corporate world right now are only interested in money, only interested in profit, and they really don't give a damn about anybody else. This man thinks differently.
I love how you're trying to spin it like that, but here's the real truth. If you have a company and you have shares in the stock market with your company with real founders and investors, like most companies do, you also have to hand in, all right, to places like the S.E.C. You have to hand in forms to the IRS. You have to then prove that your company's making a profit, that you're actually doing something, right? Like Ash could not have a company with shares and then be sitting around here with nothing for sale for 6 years and string you all along. They would have probably shut him down before now. The only thing that took the S.E.C. so long, really, was the fact that you guys really weren't selling anything. Right? So, I mean, once you do, you're going to be in more trouble, honestly. It'd be best if you just didn't until after this case, if you're even able to. But that's the truth. The thing is, Ash doesn't want to pay taxes on the $108 million that he pocketed. Ash doesn't want to have to tell people what he makes, because he wants to be able to take all the money that you guys paid for OConnect, for example, and pocket that money and then tell you all that it was stolen instead. If he had shares and actual investors, they'd be demanding their money back. They'd be like, we paid into this thing 5 years ago. You promised us at least our investment back years ago, and you haven't delivered. They'd be reporting him to the IRS. He would have to pay taxes on $108 million, which he hasn't done, which is still kind of iffy in the future. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Because after the S.E.C.'s done with him, the IRS could be like, this man made $108 million? He didn't claim 1 cent. He owes us like $40 million now. So, you know, that's why. Ash doesn't want to have to register everything. He didn't register the securities, if you will. Here, it's like nothing's registered. So that's why. That's why. He wanted to be able to run this company, move in the shadows, not have to show anybody any proof of any wages made. He would also then have to show that he's put money back into the company. Like, there's a lot that he does not want to show because he is not ethical or transparent. And he isn't running this in a clean way. But for some reason, you all just stay positive about it.
He wants to be different, wants to do the right thing. And that, to me, means absolutely everything.
Okay.
Back to you, Comfort.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks so much. And welcome back again, guys. Thank you for joining. And Andy and Collins have already made a powerful opening to this topic.
See, that's the other thing, is that if you have shareholders, they actually own a portion of the company. So you don't own 100% of your company, if you will. All right. You own the portion of the shares that you have, basically. And then they own the other ones, you know? So they can actually vote you out. They can be like, we don't want this asshat to be in charge of this anymore. He keeps fucking up. He doesn't know how to run a business. He keeps not meeting deadlines and etc. We want to hire a new CEO and get a new owner on this. We want to take over this thing. And then he'd be booted out. He doesn't want that. He wants to have full control over this thing so that he can keep stealing money from all of you and you'll stay loyal to him and just keep on giving him more and more money as long as you think he's great.
Which says our business is clean, it's positive and ethical. So let's make it a bit interactive today. So I would be calling people to speak though, but at some point, whether you've spoken or not, if you feel that you want to just pop in and chip in a contribution from somewhere, just indicate by a show of the hand, either the virtual hand or the physical hand, I'll let you speak. But now I would like to hear from our sister, Miriam Weber. Sis, welcome.
Okay. Here we go. We're waiting.
Exactly what's going on. You know, people are not considering the small person. It's just like Andy said, they're looking to make the buck. They're looking to make the money. And that's the whole problem. And Ash...
This just in, guys. This just in. Businesses want to make money. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, right? I mean, well, they think they are.
The person that he is changing that. And by him changing that...
What does that mean? They talk about this like Ash is stepping into corporate America and he is going to convince every single business in the USA not to run for a profit. They think that he's just they're all gonna accept love. They're not gonna want to make money anymore. He's gonna change that. Like, really think about what that would entail. He doesn't control any of the other businesses in the USA other than the 50 ones that he has hidden. Several of which he's trying to start up right now while he's hiding on all of you. And you're all being left here being strung along, by the way, if you were wondering what he was up to. He doesn't have any control over anybody else's business, though. So he can't step into corporate America, all right, and go and tell other businesses, you are not going to be into making a profit anymore. Because like Jen says, no profit, no salaries, no employees, no business. Okay, like, you need money to run the business. It is not free. The data is not free. As Ash found out, you do have to pay your hosting bill. Otherwise, they'll cut you off. You can't just say to the host of your website, but I'm starting something really great here in the tech world. I'm going to make it so that businesses aren't going to want profit anymore. So why don't you just let me use you for free? They're going to be like, no, fuck you. You either pay us or we're cutting you off. So what do you mean when you say he's going to change that? He's going to change that. How? Have you taken a moment to sit down and think of how and what it would entail for Ash to change the entire world from wanting to accept currency? Because that's what you're suggesting. You're saying that's what is about to happen here with Onpassive. Like, literally. Again, like, think about what that would entail. Because not just the US that, likes to profit off there, but you're talking about the whole world. You would have to convince the entire world to no longer want to accept currency or make a profit in business. And Ash should be smart enough, especially since he's seen a place like Dubai, to know that people they do like their profiting and their money. I don't think they're going to be like, yeah, no, we all want to be like that Ash Mufareh guy. We're going to give up all of our fancy cars and all of our money and nice houses and we'll just all pay for things with love and hugs. Like, really think about it.
I believe it's going to be a trickle effect to where it's going to flow down to others. And then they're going to see this is what worked, and it's just going to keep happening. So this is what we want. And it all starts with a mindset. As Andy was saying, you don't want to follow a loser. You want to follow a winner. How do you find a winner? How do you find somebody that's successful? You talk to them, you watch them, you pay attention to what they do.
That's creepy.
What makes a person successful? Their mindset, their mind, and their heart. Being successful starts inside before it ever gets to the outside. It means it's being successful is everything.
I told you that a large portion of business CEOs would actually be diagnosed as sociopaths by a psychologist. I mean, you're not wrong when you say that businesses are more into profit, more into money. But my point is, knowing that, you seem to think Ash is going to change that. And the thing is, Ash isn't really offering anything in return. Like, they give up making a profit with their business and all their money, and then what do they get? What, the Onpassive products? Like, do you really think that everyone in the world is going to be, that they'll be okay with that? They'll be like, oh, well, thank God I have O Connect. I gave up all of my riches for that. Like, like think about it.
What does this mean? It means, okay, I have a situation in front of me. I have a problem. What am I going to do about it? Okay, he can go this way or he can go that way. He always chooses the high road. And that's integrity, which is what we spoke about yesterday. It's a mindset and it's heart together. And I don't know, that's just kind of what I see going on. So yes, we're going to want to follow the winners. Yes, when we look to see what a winner is, that's how we determine it. What is their mindset? What is their heart fixed on? Listen to what the person's talking about if you don't know. If you want to know, don't talk, just listen to them.
Okay.
And you will know everything you need to. And then you can make your own decision. But that's
going by what you're saying, you're one of those people, because I think talk is cheap. All right. People talk a lot of shit, but then their actions do something completely different. Right. So I think talk is cheap. Are you the opposite type of person, Miriam, where you don't care if no action is being done whatsoever, as long as they're telling you what you want to hear, then you think it's successful? Because that would actually explain a lot as to why you're here.
Where it starts. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's what Ash is. Ash is integrity. Ash is that mindset. Ash is that heart. He has heart. He has mindset.
Does he?
He's the person that we can follow.
What does that mean? He has mindset. Like, he has a positive mindset? Does he have a positive mindset? What about when he's threatening his employees because they want their wages, because they can't pay their rent or their bills or feed their families? Is he a positive mindset then?
And know that he's going to tell you the truth. He's going to tell you when something's going on, and he's going to tell you when, no, nothing's going on right now.
Okay, so then where is he? Is he going to appear on this webinar to come and address why we have had to wait weeks with no products, after he told us that we wouldn't have to wait weeks with no products after the OES went up? I feel like a broken record on here.
But I just believe that we're in really good hands, and we don't have to worry. We don't have to be concerned when is something going to happen? Is this going to happen? Do we have to keep, chill out?
It's really sad. It's really sad. It's sad that all of you think that you don't have the right to demand what was promised to you and what you paid for. And it's actually really disgusting that he has so much disrespect for you and hate for all of you that he doesn't even think that you deserve that. You don't even deserve human decency of knowing about the S.E.C. case that's going on. You guys don't even deserve to know that by 2026, this whole thing could be shut down and he could have a director's bar on him. He doesn't give a fuck about the long term of this business. He's just going to be here trying to see how much money he can get out of all of you from now until then, before the S.E.C. shuts this down. And it's sad that you've given up almost like your free will to him. You should be demanding to know when these products are coming. You should not be okay with being told that it would be days and then sitting here for 3 weeks waiting. The fact that he's broken you down so much to the point that you're just like, oh, well, guys, we'll just sit here forever. Maybe it won't happen in my lifetime, but hopefully by my great grandkids, Ash will have figured this out because, apparently he'll still be alive then. That's sad to me. And anyone that cares about you would not be continuing, telling you to continue on this road. I'm a little worried about you. I'm like, what else could this man do to you? I mean, if he said to you, I need you to hand over your firstborn child to me, would you be like, okay, as long as you're going to connect the O-Connect suit, Ash, here you go. What if he said, I want you to sign over the deed to your home? Would you be willing to do that? Because, religious cults, they do that. And maybe you guys are talking about a communist compound world where money is not used that Ash is going to create. I mean, you've joked about all living on a compound together before. You're basically saying when all of you become millionaires, you're all going to move into a neighborhood together so that you can change the world. It's just so sad to see that you care about him so much. You want to be so loyal to him. You want to be honest to him. You want to be patient with him. And he just looks down at you people like, ugh, they don't even deserve to know all the real stuff going on. These peasants, they're only here to keep paying me. I want another $108 million from all these stupid people before I take off to Dubai.
Everybody needs to relax and just know, hey, Ash is in charge. His team's in charge. It's going to happen.
In charge of me.
So that's all I have. And everything's good.
You guys would feel okay with Ash being in charge of all of the U.S. and how they spend their money and use their money? I mean, some people believe that Donald Trump should be in charge of the U.S. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you're like Ash Mufareh, president 2028. I don't know.
Right. Thank you, Miriam. That's all you have, and it's all powerful. Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, I like it when you say he's a person who you can follow. Auntie Beck for the past couple of weeks has been on the this line that if you follow losers, you lose, or something like that. And you just said it a minute ago, but I'm bad at saying that. But I think it means the same. Even I've heard Michael Williams say Mr. Mufareh is somebody that everybody would like to associate themselves with. So all of these things, they're adding up. So we are just kind of making this summary in case you're watching us on YouTube today, the 27th of October, 2024, or 20, 30, 40, 50 years after this. It's still going to be very relevant. Have a look if you don't know what Onpassive is about yet, because it's a business meant for you. It's that thing you are looking for. So let me welcome our dear brother, Engineer Sushanta. Welcome, bro.
Thank you. Thank you, Comfort. Thank you so much.
I always find it so funny that Comfort announces the next person, and then she just has to wait there for an extra 30 seconds before they say anything. Sometimes longer.
Hey, everyone. It's a great Onpassive day. It's a very good topic.
It's a great Onpassive day. That sounds like something that would be in a kid's show. I don't know why it gave me such weird vibes. Oh, today it's a great Onpassive day. Like, what?
And we all know that
The Onpassive musical.
Onpassive is a business, but it is not like a traditional business. This is totally exceptional business.
Is it me or Engineer Shusanta is breaking up, guys? Is it me?
We can hear him.
Okay, should be
Yeah,
me.
It's just
Andy, can you hear me? Collins, can you hear me?
yeah, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yep.
All right.
I think.
Okay, maybe you.
Okay. So, Onpassive is not a traditional business. It is actually an exceptional business. Why exceptional? Because all the traditional businesses sucks money from the people, but Onpassive is totally different. Our CEO, Mr.
they don't suck the money out of the people. Not continually anyway. They just do it in spurts. So first they steal $108 million from everyone, they pocket it, and then they wait about another year, and then they get another big drop of money in their bank account that they pocket. And it's been a year. So the next big payout should be any day now. Right? And that's the thing, is that when this does go live, unfortunately, when OConnect comes back, Ash is going to say to all of these people, now you have to pay for OConnect again. And we are going to have people in Papua New Guinea who are going to be told that they're going to have to pay $250 US to buy OConnect. $97 US to buy into this thing was 3 months of their wages. What do you think $250 is? I'm bad at math, so I actually need you to tell me the answer.
Ash Mufareh, he said that I'm not a businessman. So he never runs after money. We know that Onpassive never bother for its profit. Rather, it is willing how much it can give to the people, to the community. So it is for giving. That is the broadness of our CEO. That is the kindness of our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. And he has built all those broadness to this business. So the business is clean, positive, and ethical. But what do we mean about the clean business? Clean means the business is operating with very transparency and integrity. And we all know that. And Onpassive prioritize data privacy and also user trust. So it is so clean. Onpassive, this business embraces fairness and honesty over hidden agendas. So it's a clean business, no doubt about that. Regarding positivity, you know that Onpassive builds a supportive and empowering community. That is, a huge community will be benefited from this business. This is a very positiveness of our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Due to his kindness, due to his greatness, we got this opportunity. It's a very positive attitude. And another thing is that regarding the technology, so many companies, they are using AI, but our CEO said we are using AI with heart. That is, we won't use AI against our people.
Here's the thing. They've actually created several different AIs that allegedly show empathy. So Ash is like way far behind, even in the AI with heart shit. Okay? They've been making AIs for years. So when you say AI with heart, what does that exactly mean? Because if it means you're creating an AI with empathy, like that's already a thing. And how does that help here? Because usually those AIs are created, honestly, for like incel men that want an online cat girl. to talk to them all the time because they can't get a girlfriend. So they create AI that shows empathy and can understand the human experience. It's to cure loneliness. China has several of them. Several. So I don't understand, like, what does that mean? And I don't know if you guys have ever sat down to really think about what that means and what that means in terms of a tech company. You're Al with heart.
We'll rather humanize AI, that is for the better cause of the people across the globe. And also this business focuses on personal growth and planning all of our
So if Ash leaves, the court date is the court date, for sure. It would be just like if you don't show up for your criminal court case, you end up in fucking jail. You don't show up for your family court case, you lose your kids. You know, it's the same thing with this. He doesn't show up to the court date, and then it'll be like he's forfeiting the game over. You have to show up. Otherwise, it's an automatic lose. They'll go on without him. They will. They'll just do the trial, and it'll be easy peasy. They'll just be like, all right, well, Mr. Ash didn't show up, so we're considering that to be he concedes that you're right. He's basically given up, doesn't want to fight this. That's how they see that. You don't show up, it basically means that you're just saying, yeah, you guys are right. I'll fuck off. That's how they take that at the S.E.C, right? That's how most judges take it. The judge here wouldn't put up with that shit. They're not going to be like, oh, well, we'll reschedule it. Is AI with heart the bit where they can generate heart emojis for Ash? Maybe. It's like all the bots that come in that are like, I love Onpassive. I love Mr. Ash, sir.
Games into reality. This is the effect of positiveness. And if we tell about ethical, you say that this is the business that treats every member, every people with high respect and high values, and fostering inclusivity and collaboration over any kinds of competition, and commits to ethical practices as the foundation of lasting success. So finally, we can say the Onpassive isn't
you cannot have lasting success in a company that might be shut down by April of 2026. Because I have a feeling that the reason why mediation is not going well right now is because in order to mediate, they're supposed to kind of meet in the middle with their stuff, okay? So in a civil case, when you mediate, it's kind of like, all right, what will you agree with that we've accused you of? And then, you know, we might drop some of them and make this nicer for you since you're admitting to these things. That's kind of how it would go in this situation. And I have a feeling that Ash is saying, I don't want a director's bar on me. And the S.E.C is saying, okay, no, you're getting one. Because you have like 50 LLCs, you've been running scams for 30 years, and this isn't even the first time we've been on your ass, sir. So you can't get away with this anymore. And Ash is obviously not going to agree to some sort of ban because they're going to say either you shut Onpassive down completely, you admit your faults, you pay back all the money, and then maybe we won't give you a director's bar, you know, or we're going to give you the director's bar. And Ash is like, I don't want to do either of those things. So no. Right? Like, I believe that that's one of the things that they just won't concede with him. Like, they're not going to be like, sure, Ash, you can continue running Onpassive without a director's bar. Sounds good. But you can't be talking about future success with that going on. All right. Like I said, I don't know how you can do that knowing that there is this case. Right? Like, I don't understand. you really can't say that this is going to be future success.
A tech company. It's a movement for sustainable and shared success for each and everyone. Thank you so much. Back to Comfort.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Sushanta. That was a powerful sharing there from you. You've said just a lot. Yeah, you have made mention of the fact that Ash is all about providing values, solutions to everyone, uplifting humanity, empowering communities. Where else would you go?
Signal, virtue signal, virtue signal, virtue signal. He doesn't actually give a fuck about any of those things. How do I know? Well, because he had $108 million and he didn't do a thing to help anyone with it other than himself. And he couldn't even pay his damn bills. So, virtue signal, virtue signal. It's really easy to come out here and go, please come and support me. I really want to save all of humanity, and then not do anything for 6 years. All right. Again, talk is cheap to me. So if you're telling me that you want to save humanity, I'll go, all right, maybe you do. But then if you get $108 million and not 1 cent goes into even an organization or an agency that's helping people, and you're not doing a fucking thing for anyone, I'm going to then say, I cannot believe you anymore. You had a great opportunity to help a lot of people with $108 million. You promised people that you bring them data centers and water filtration systems. You can build a decent water filtration system that will bring clean water to a community for like $10,000. $10,000. $108 million. Do you know how many fucking communities he would have brought clean water to? But he didn't. Nobody has any. You guys still don't even have the data centers. So I can't believe that he's doing a thing for anyone. To me, it's all talk. And at this point, it should be all talk to you too.
Or if you are not attracted to these values, how many companies do this? So let's listen to our dear brother, Oliver. Welcome, bro.
Oh, like, where do you get off? Do you think that companies, when they're marketing, that they just all come out here and they're like, fuck the people. We don't want to help anyone. Fuck the environment. We're going to pollute everywhere. Yeah, buy our product, man. Yeah. No. They come out here, they say all the same shit. And they all do more for humanity. You know, like, come on.
Hi, everybody. Thank you all. Happy Sunday, wherever you are, morning, afternoon, evening. Yeah, our business is it's an ethical business. And let me just start by who the leader is, Mr. Ash Mufareh. He's an honest man, a man that has that strong.
A man that literally can't even keep his word. He'll say that something's coming and then it doesn't show up. I know what's going to happen. You guys are going to be like, oh, well, we didn't give any due date for the products to come back with the oh, yes. Yeah, you did, though. By now, everything should have been up and running and perfect. Well, Ash just hasn't gotten the product absolutely perfect yet. It's software. You're constantly going to have to be updating it, upgrading it, fixing things. Bugs will occur that won't occur until it goes live and everyone's using it. That's how software works. So there is no getting it absolutely perfect before you release it. Because some of the problems you won't really know until it's released to some people and other people are using it. How do you know it's going to work in all the countries when you haven't released it to all the countries to try out? Explain. It just sounds stupid. Well, we're going to just make sure that everything's perfect before we release it. At a software company, okay. And then what, every time the thing needs an update or an upgrade, you're going to say, oh, well, it's not perfect anymore. Got to shut the whole operation down again, guys. Because that would be ridiculous. And how is that good for future success? How?
Moral principles that you cannot change it so long as he stands on his value and his mission. And that is where all of us we are. Remember one of his common phrases that he always make. Onpassive is going to be the correction to the corruption. You know, and he always make us to understand that it's a do or die. He has that strong morals to make sure.
He hasn't done anything yet, so I'm waiting. Rip.
To see that our business is not only a kind of a traditional business, but he has shifted to now in a more humane way that we have to impact other people's their life globally. His structure that he has put in place, that he has brought all of us. We are now here. We are all family from Bangladesh, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia. We are now a family from the United States. Not only that, he brought in viable products. That products also is going to be customer satisfaction, lesser cost, more value, with more features, AI driven and advanced technology. You know that customers are going to enjoy it.
You guys are supposed to be text. You and Collins Manna. You know better. You know. Okay? You know better. You know damn well that it doesn't take months to migrate your website and change hosts. You know damn well that Ash can't make a fucking perfect version of these softwares before he releases them. And you know damn well that a lot of that data is still missing when you take a look at that website. Yet here you are pretending everything's fine, everything's good. So one of two things. Either you guys are lying about your knowledge in tech, or you're not lying about it, and you really, really want to make money off of this thing, so you're pretending that everything's going well. Either way, though, you're all a bunch of fucking liars. They can't even be honest about who you are and yourselves and your own education and your own experience. So why the hell should I ever listen to you?
You know, not like any other business, those other IT companies that are out there, they are more about control and profit. You know, so based on that, I would like to say our CEO is a man that, you know, we can follow him, we believe in him, you know, and our business is going to be an ethical business. A business that has multiple streams of income that is embedded, together. We are going to make profit. We are going to.
Yeah, they just keep missing the part where when they say you're going to have multiple streams of income, that also means you're going to be paying for multiple things. So I hope all of you are rich with $108 million.
That human side of it. Let me say it again. That this is the greatest part of it. That I'm
Remember, you have to buy every product in order to make money with the product. Otherwise, you just make O coins. So
everybody now, when I look at webinars, attend webinars, people talk about what they want to do, not even about themselves. That is what our CEO has made all of us to be. That we are.
And isn't that weird? Isn't it weird that you all get together for meetings several times a week, not to discuss yourself, but you all basically just come here to talk about how great Onpassive and Ash is? You're right. Businesses don't do that. Religions do when they're talking about their deity or deities. Cults do when they're talking about their authoritarian leader. So there you have it. That's weird. And the thing is you guys even try to pretend like you're making shows that are supposed to be about yourselves. Like your damn shin in the light, in the chair, heart-to-heart talk. And then even during those, it's not about the person. They just tell you what Onpassive has done for them and how much they love Ash Mufareh. You know, that's a cult. That's a cult of personality around Ash.
Thinking more about how we are going to impact other people's life. There's no business out there. There's no business out there that, you know, like that they will talk about. Founders are in talking about humanitarian, what they want to do. But like my brother, Michael Jantaba was talking about building hospitals building a hospital in his village where he was born. You know, this is something that we said this you know, is an ethical business, because we are not only looking about the.
It's really gross to take someone that has like a goal and a dream like that and to waste their fucking time. Imagine if your brother went and did something else where he could actually make the money and then could actually build the hospital. But instead, he's sitting here wasting his days on webinars every day in this scam that's never going to give him a cent to build even a basement for the fucking hospital. We won't even get the foundation there. And yeah, you're right. You guys all get together and you talk about your dreams. And the top O founders in this thing, along with Ash Mufareh, sit there knowing damn well that you'll never reach one of them. And they watch you all talk like it. And they go, haha, we got these fucking suckers. These dumb motherfuckers, we got them. Look at them, dedicating all their time and energy to us. They'll never be able to do any of these things. We're just going to bleed them fucking dry for money. All these dreams, they're all going to die. Look at them talking about it. Bunch of losers. Look at, they set up another Heroes webinar. I got them. Got them all by the fucking balls, man. They'll talk for 5 hours a day about how great I am. Tell me all their fucking dreams and shit. And I just sit here pointing and laughing at them. Like, what, you thought an O-Connect software was going to let you build a hospital? You dummy. That's what Ash is doing every time that you do these webinars. He knows. And then you got Marty and Chris every day. Guys, we got to fucking do another webinar and get ready to go live at noon. If we're not, they might clue in. They might leave us. We got to keep them strung along. Otherwise, what if they actually go and make money somewhere else and then they actually start to be able to do their dreams? We need to keep them hooked over here, waiting over here, and not doing anything but praising us and Ash over here and take up all their time. That's all it is. And you give it to them. I'm pretty sure if Ash Mufareh showed up at your front door and said, you know what, motherfucker, move over. I'm going to fuck your wife. You would go, all right, sir. As long as you make that AI with hearts. It's sad. It's sad.
The money, but we are looking about what we want to do, you know. So, Sister Comfort, thank you. Today is Sunday. Let me give chance to other people to talk. And this is all why I always say we are going to be fine.
Indeed.
No matter what. Thank you.
Well, fine indeed. Thank you, bro. That was a powerful one. I like the bit where you say Mr. Mufareh has strong moral principles. And of course, you reminded of us of his.
Yeah, people with strong morals, they definitely string people along for 6 years and pocket over $108 million of their money. Yeah, no, that's definitely what I would call very moral. And you know what's funny? These people are religious. So for those of you out there that come at us atheists saying, religious people have morals, atheists can't have morals. How do they have a moral code? Apparently, I got a better moral code than all of these Christians. So how did
correction to the corruption? How would you fight corruption with a questionable character without being ethical and stuff like that? So I think that was a powerful one. And of course, we appreciate you for that.
So if Ash ever tried to come up on Deb, she would punch him in the face and knee him in the balls and run away quicker than he could even get the word out. Okay.
contribution. And of course, our sister Fumi is here today. She's welcome.
Marty would be honored. You would, bro. Like, as long as I can watch.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be back. I don't have much to say. Everything has been said. For me, it's to make sure that we don't regress in what we have learned of our brother and CEO Ash Mufareh. When I mean regress, as in you don't go back. If we know the meaning of regress, we all know what regress means. We already know he's a man of integrity.
That makes no sense, because remember, you guys just went back to your roots. Back to the beginning. It was just all about regressing. The last time that Ash was speaking to all of you, he said, we're going back. We're going back to the beginning. We're redoing this all. And now you're over here like, we are not regressing. Again, you all need to get on the same fucking page, or at least be in the same library. This is getting ridiculous.
And authority as well. And he's a successful man, as Andy said there. So all you need to do, all we all need to do, is support him, not just, with our attitude of being positive and trusting. Even if you have to trust someone, if you have to do any business with someone, you need to trust that person. So, and he's proven that over the years. Even when things have not been good, he's come out. So you don't see that happen with any CEO. They have either taken off or some manager.
Don't blindly trust anybody. No. If someone is telling you bullshit and not ever doing what they say they're going to do, stop trusting them. Okay, there's such thing as being loyal, and then there's such thing as being fucking welcome mad and having people walk all over you. All right, there's a line there. All right, should you be loyal to people? Yeah, you should be loyal to your friends, your family, etc. But does that mean letting people constantly hurt you, lie to you, never do what they say they're going to do, and then you still showing up for them all the time and being there? I don't think so. I think our world is wrong when they suggest that. Have some self-esteem and demand respect from people. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't. And yeah, sure, people may label you as a crazy person because you don't just let people walk all over you. But hey, at least you're not letting people walk all over you. So let them.
Will come and let you know what exactly is happening. So please, from what everybody else has said, just if you don't take anything else, just remember we need to trust him and also trust him into God's hands as well, because he's not depending on himself to be able to accomplish everything on our behalf. So he's depending on God as well. So remember him in your prayers, most important. I'll leave it there, Sister Comfort. Thank you.
It's really sad that they think that they need to do constant webinars to show support for Ash, when again, he can't even show up for them to let them know what the hell's going on and why they've now had to wait weeks for these products. They're like, well, we just need to keep supporting him. Maybe do another webinar next Sunday. And if we're all really good and we talk about how much we love him enough, maybe then he'll give us the O-Connect.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. Yeah, and of course, let's go to our sister Marcienne. Marcienne Emabu, the dancing queen. Welcome, sis.
The dancing queen, Marcienne.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Sister Comfort. I'm sorry I came a little late, but I'm here. That's what it takes. So, and yeah, we all talk about integrity. We talk about the clean business. And when I look at Onpassive in the clean business side, I'm looking at it in the way that when they say something is clean, it means you are not scared to do anything with that. You are not scared to give it to somebody. Because if you have a clean water that I'm giving to someone, I'm not scared that they're going to get sick from that or die from that. So Onpassive is that business. When I'm looking at it, everybody that come in, whatever they get in is going to only produce more and more, because it's very...
That's the thing, though, is that they've already missed the boat to create any history in the IT sector. I'm sorry. As you're trying to do that, you're trying to create things that are already created. So in order to do that, you're going to have to go back to the drawing board, start this thing all over again. You're not going to do that with OConnect and ONet, which you base OConnect off Zoom, ONet off Facebook, OMail off Gmail, and then you're like, but we're the ones making history. Like, you realize that, right? That makes no sense. That you don't even have one product that's original, that hasn't been done already. I'm sorry, but in order to make any kind of history anywhere, you're going to have to come up with at least one product that isn't already in existence in IT. And in my experience, stay away from things that call themselves the sector.
Hey, there's nothing that is going to impede you to do whatever you want to do. So, and Mr. Ash Mufareh has making it the way that even the money you're going to have from Onpassive, you will still have a way to tell the people how you get that money. Because sometimes we have the money from other business that we cannot tell the people how we get the money. When they ask you, how do you get your money? You cannot tell them, really, this is what I do. But with Onpassive, as much as we're going to have, we will be able to go out and tell the whole world, if you want it, if you want to be where I am, this is what you can do. We will show them. We will tell them. We will not just give it to them and say, you can enjoy it. You don't have to know how I get it or don't do what I'm doing. We are able to tell them this money is clean.
Okay, so can you provide me with proof that you've already created history? That would mean that you've been acclaimed, right? Because even when I look up Onpassive on Wikipedia, it really just says that you're a pyramid scheme that the S.E.C is going after. So even Wikipedia doesn't think that you've created history in the IT sector. So what proof do you have that you have created this history? Surely you have something that you can send me to prove this. And you're not just saying that in my comment section, right?
Come in and get yours. And that's the kind of business that our CEO is preparing for us. That's the kind of business that you're not going to be ashamed tomorrow telling your children how you get your money. That's the kind of business that when you have your freedom of time and you are going around talking about, you see, it's so fluent and clean. So that's the way I'm seeing Onpassive. And that's one thing that is making me feel so comfortable to be in this company, because I know that I can share it with no problem. I can talk to people. I can tell the people. I can give it to people, and I'm not going to regret anything because it's not going to harm them, but help them. So this is the company we are in. And Sister Comfort said, a lot of people, they are looking, they don't know what we're talking about. We are talking about this company that the world will soon know at the name of Onpassive. And Mr. Ash Mufareh has tried his best for all the time that he's been building this company, at the same time to giving those integrity to us, so that when we go out there, we don't do anything wrong, something that is illegal, something that is not clean. So those are the things that we are going in the same direction with him. And that's the way I see the clean business on my own way, Sister Comfort. I don't know if you are getting there, but I'm going to leave it there.
That was just powerful. I was just smiling, So, guys, I just enjoyed the power of diversity here, of perspectives, because people come from various angles and the puzzle fits so beautifully. I think what Marciana said here is very, very clear and simple, right? The business in your hands is clean.
It's just the same shit that you all say all the time. What do you mean?
You're proud of giving it further. That is why we're all over the place, because the source is clean. We don't have anything to protect. We don't have anything to cover, because this is it and this is all it.
Like Mark might have it. Onpassive created history by becoming the first and only company that's been operating for 6 years, still has no products, but has managed to go backwards by 2 years. It's like, Ash even joked the one day that they would write a book about him called Failing to the Top. And I was like, yeah, it'll be about how you became the dumbest person to ever steal over $100 million. And how, like, I did be watching this, it's like, you just don't even know how this has happened. I'm used to covering cults where when I'm watching the leader, usually there's like traits that they have and manipulations that they do where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can totally see how that can work. And I try to here. I try to do my best and I try to see it from founders' point of views often. But it's like out of all of the cults and scams that I've covered since 2019, this is the one that always has me scratching my head like, I don't even know how we got this fucking far. Like, he's literally failed at everything, but somehow still managed to come up with this following. But again, that's not bizarre in the cult world. It's just Ash isn't like your typical cult leader. For some reason, like, I watch Applegate and I'm like, okay, I can see how that kind of happened, you know? Or I watch Jim Jones and I can see it. I'm like, I could see how people looked at this man and thought of him as a good person. He did a lot for the Black community at that time. So to them, he was building churches for them. He was one of the first people to allow Black and white people into his church. So you could see how people would fall for that and think that that's him doing a good thing, you know, but he only really did it so that he could prey on them, which is disgusting. And it's kind of like Ash is out here, you know, claiming that he wants to save all humanity so that he can prey on people. But you still look at Ash and you're like, this guy, this is the guy. But it reminds me of a doomsday cult. Because the only time that I've seen this much like cognitive dissonance is in a doomsday cult. When the day comes and goes that the earth is supposed to end. And then they just change the date. And sure, they'll lose some followers, right? Because like some people are going to wake up at that point and be like, this is stupid, I'm gone. And Onpassive has. They've lost people along the way. But at the same time, people still, for whatever reason, there's still a big group of people that will follow it. And will be like, oh, they just got the date wrong. And that's what Onpassive does over and over and over again. And it almost becomes like a loop that they can't get out of. And I think we've reached that point here.
And what we're telling you is the truth. So that was powerful. I appreciate you for that. So now our brother engineer, Michael, are you ready?
I'm very ready, Malcolm. Thank you, everybody. Wow. This is a powerful Sunday, and the topic is powerful. So, Mama Komi, I want to take you this way. Yesterday, I talked about reliability. I talked about the ethical. Today, I want to give us the characteristics of what we call a clean business. The first point I want to talk about, the first one is reliability. If we look at what our CEO is doing to us, he schedules whatever tasks and he completes them.
He doesn't pay tax. That's part of the problem here. He's not paying tax. He pocketed that $108 million and then he spent a bunch of it and basically put the rest in crypto. And then he's been moving that around. He hasn't paid any taxes. He hasn't even paid his damn AWS bill or his fucking employees. He's not paying out anything. He just wants all the money to come in, you see.
As promised. That's reliability. You cannot get that, okay, in any other business that is on this planet now. Trust me, if we look at it very well. Like Andy Best told us, our brother Oliver told us, and Colin, that is true. Now, the second one that we want to talk about is attention to details. So the meticulous way is a meticulous approach to the attention to details. That is how our CEO was able to catch up all the tweaks that is going on now in our, if he was not meticulous, okay, if he was not paying attention to details, we would have lost our business today as we speak. So that second one is attention to detail. Now, the third one, we can say use safe, clean products. We all know what our products are. Our big brother Oliver will tell us. We have artificial intelligence embedded in our products. We have application programming interface, which is API, in most of the products, which can be integrated in other ones to suit the innovation of the 21st century that we are now. Coming to the world with this kind of technology, where will you get it? You can't get it any other way, only in Onpassive. So that's the third one. The fourth one is consistent cleaning. If you remember, anytime our CEO will tell us they are upgrading the system, we are cleaning the system. That is it, right? Consistent cleaning. You clean the system so that the performance, so that is to maximize enhance and maximize our performance.
What?
Now, the fifth one is open communication. We've said it, even yesterday, we've said it. He comes here, Brother Collins open up with it. He comes and gives us everything. What is good, what is bad, you should be aware of this. That is how a clean business should look like. And the last of it should be
they clean their systems.
Professional appearance. Have you ever seen our CEO when he has a corporate webinar?
Have you ever seen our CEO when he has a corporate dinner? No, not really. He wouldn't even show up for the Golden Corral. What do you mean? Appearance doesn't really matter. It's okay. You're going to take appearance as what is Ash wearing and how does his hair look. I don't think that's what it means. It means more like, do all of you represent Onpassive well? And the answer to that is no. There's Indian founders right now that for whatever reason, every day they're coming out here with videos claiming that they've been paid thousands upon thousands of dollars from Onpassive. That doesn't look very good. Have you ever seen Marty go live from his chair? You know, like, is that a look that you want your business to basically to represent your business? Would you want it to be like Marty in his chair? You know, Onpassive attention to details, Mark says, not having a backup of your data and customer database. I mean, that would be a good place to start. And I got to be honest, it isn't like Alonda and myself didn't tell them 500 times to keep track of this information. Like, we've always been like, I don't know if they're keeping this like in a fucking Excel sheet somewhere or if they're even logging it. I don't know. So it's like they got warned. They listen to us sometimes. I'm kind of like, why didn't you listen to us when we were talking about that? Like the 500 times we brought it up. Really dropped the ball with that one, you know? But that would be a good place to start. You know, maybe the fact that your website is gone now, so your company doesn't even have a website. You go to onpassive.com, it used to tell you at least what the company did, the alleged products they were going to have, etc. Now you just get the login for the ecosystem. Going to onpassive.com leads you to this. So this is the look of your company right here. This is the appearance. It doesn't even tell me what you do. You can't even send future customers or future O-founders, which they're the same thing, but not to them, to a website to read up what this thing does anymore. Because they don't have the data of the website. They only have the data for the OES. And then when you log into it, there's no fucking product. So it's kind of a useless place to be. But that's kind of the whole appearance of their business right now. And I don't know if that's good either.
It comes to us, his dressing and all of that, and make us all in the panel look that way. So to me, this is what we call
right. And Marty and Chris stressed the importance of a company website this morning, and it's not the first time that they have this week either. They brought it up another time as well, where they were talking about how great the fucking website is, and I'm sitting over here like, no, you don't have one anymore. You just have a login page. Like, what do you mean? And that's not good. That's not a good thing. I mean, was their website crap? Yes. Was it badly written? Yes. Is it probably better to have no website instead of a bad website? Maybe. Possibly. But in terms of business, I don't think it's good. I mean, they're going to say what is Onpassive. And then you're going to have to tell them that they have to make an OES account just to find out. And I get that in their mind, they're probably like, that's a great idea to get people to sign up. But that's an unethical way to get people to sign up. They should be able to read up on this and know what it is before they sign up. Forcing people to sign up for something before they can really check it out is not ethical or honest. It's like tricking people into it. And that's not good for long-term business. Because all it's going to do is have a bunch of people create accounts, go into the back office, see what it is, and be like, I fucking don't want this. And then you're just going to end up with a bunch of dead accounts. Because it's not like they're going to unregister. Like most of the time, they just won't return. So then your company has like a whole bunch of these like dead founder accounts. And that can hurt you more in the future. Mad Daddy Moonshine, good to see you. Fun name. I don't know if that's good though. And I think you should always make an educated decision before you agree to sign up for anything. And there's lots of people, I'm sure some of you guys know, right? There's lots of people. I knew who you were. It's okay. I knew who you were. There's like lots of people that as soon as they see that, they're going to be like, I don't really want to give this company my email and like do the sign in. Because a lot of people don't like to hand out their personal information. People in Onpassive are doxing themselves all over the internet, even with their damn phone numbers. Like if I have to keep telling Sherry to stop sharing her fucking phone number, my brain might explode. But most people, if they're met with this login page, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm not giving this thing my fucking email. I'm not getting a bunch of spam, you know? So I don't even know if they'll get that far. But none of it is good. None of it's good and none of it is ethical.
Clean business. And these are the characteristics of that business that we have in Onpassive, Mama Komi. Over to you. Thank you.
That's a powerful one there. I've been observing you for the past couple of weeks, and I think you are more of the engineer, Mike, the professor, because how you do it is quite unique and it's really good. So thank you for your contribution. And of course, let's welcome our brother, Mark Olson. Mark, I'm not sure if you were listening before you joined. Today we're discussing the topic which says that our business is clean, is ethical.
Why did you say it like that? I'm not sure if you were listening before you joined. Like, Lord, why are you so bad right now? Hello, Lil. Good to see you. Just put your email address. It'll be lost in the universe. I know, that's the problem, though, is that you got to sign into the OES before you have the fucking email. And that's the other thing is email should not take a long time to do, even if you're doing it from scratch. Like it should be easier to do an email client than it would to do a video conferencing app. And like, it's been 3 weeks now that we haven't had anything. So I'm kind of like, why don't we just put up the fucking email at least? Like that has to be done, right?
Yes, clean and ethical business. So I would like to get your perspective on this, please.
Well, thank you there, Comfort, and everyone. So good to see everyone. Happy Sunday. Woo! We're just going another day. Yeah. I mean, you can't get any more clean and ethical than what Onpassive is. And on top of that, honest. Honesty. I've learned is the first thing we gotta do. We gotta be honest with ourselves of what we want to do in the future.
Okay, so be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, should it take 3 weeks to make an email client?
And then we gotta be honest with ourselves to trust. We have to trust the unknown. I've been doing it my whole life. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, when I heard of as we got into this, and he's always said, just trust me. Let me do my thing, and you keep on doing your thing. I'll let you know when it's time. People think that building something like this is building one product. Well, he told us a long time ago, I have a lot of teams within our team.
What?
Let me do my thing, you do yours. Well, what's yours? It's bringing back those old dreams that we had. It's refining those old dreams. Knowing that we have a system that is being built for us that he's always said, even your grandmother can do it. Even your grandmother.
Yeah, and when he was saying that, I feel like it was very like GDI fusion, which also begs the question of like, if he's already made a system like GDI fusion, why is it taking him so long now to make another system like this? Right? Because the GDI fusion, he's kind of bringing that back, but within Onpassive.
Can do it. Maybe your granddaughters. And that's how I look at this whole. I may never see where this is all going to go for me, but it's not about me. It's about my grandkids. And I want something for them to be able to just click on and know they're not going to be chased down or any of that. As Ash has revamped, the program through some trials and tribulations, but he kept on going through it. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that Ash is one of these people that think that he always knows what's right and he always knows what's best and he always knows how to do every single thing. He really is the narcissist that thinks he's the smartest person in the entire room. And even if he makes mistakes, and they're very obvious mistakes, he doesn't learn from them. He just like keeps going and powers through. Like he fucked this whole thing up. And instead of sitting down and having some retrospective, looking at everything and going, I need to change some things. Obviously, what I'm doing isn't working. And the ways that I'm trying to do this is apparently illegal. So maybe we should look at other ways of doing it. He just went, well, do you know what? All those other people are just selfish and they're just trying to stop me. So we'll just keep doing this. And that's not good for a business either. When I'm looking for somebody to run my business, my company, and for me to dedicate my whole life to this thing, I don't want somebody who, when he makes mistakes and people are like, yo, that's a mistake, he goes, fuck you. No, it's not. I'm going to keep on making it. You just better learn to appreciate my mistake. I don't want a guy that's not going to rethink things. That's going to not take anyone's advice and just keep doing this bullshit. That's not what I want. I want somebody who's going to be smart enough to know when he has to redo it all and smart enough to admit when he's wrong and when he's going about it wrong so that he can figure it out and do it properly.
Personally, that's what I'm doing. I'm just, like I say, it all comes down to, okay, when this pops, you ever pop a big old balloon that's been filled with helium?
No, never once. What are balloons? Never once. I'm sorry. Yes, obviously. Oh, I need a breather. I need a breather. We got about 40 minutes of this left, so we'll be right back. And now a moment to hear a message from our sponsors. Today's live stream is sponsored by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
And now, a word with Linda Evans.
Doctor, please, go on. Tell us about the mask. Ah, yes, the Rejuvenique mask is what you're referring to. My latest invention, some marvelous piece of technology, you see. When my patients put on the mask, it's going to tighten and tone the face through electrical currents. It's going to make you look young and fresh and beautiful. And before you know it, your beautiful side will come right out and it will haunt people's dreams. You know, it's almost as beautiful as it is terrifying, you see. It's almost a little bit scary how much people have taken a liking to it. They go out in the woods and do God knows what with each other. Now, the whole device works off some sort of shock therapy or something or other. It's got a little node there. You can crank it up to as hard as you like it, whether you like it real hard right there on your face or you like a nice little soft massage. You can do whatever you prefer.
Now, doctor, what about all those murderous side effects we've all heard about?
Ah, yes, the murderous side effects. You know what? Don't even listen to that right now because you'll be looking so young it won't even matter. Once those little electrical things start coming out and just coming down on your face, it won't even matter. Okay, yes, some people have gotten stabbed a couple times, but what's wrong with that? You'll be looking so gorgeous. Okay, yeah. One time someone got their face punched right off their shoulders, but you know what? They looked beautiful when it happened, and that's all that matters in this world. Okay, yes, other cases involved getting hit in the head with a hammer, someone got chopped, someone got poked with a pitchfork, someone got shot in the eye with an arrow, someone got their throat slit, someone got stabbed repeatedly, someone got stabbed upside down and they fell. Someone got stabbed right in the chest and then right down the middle from there. You know what? And people are so ignorant these days, they don't read the fine print. In the fine print, it says, do not eat a banana because it enrages those wearing the mask. There she was, just eating in the woods, heard some footsteps, one thing led to another. Her fault, her banana turned into a banana split. Such a waste of a banana, really. Other minor cases involved a death grip to the head, someone got stabbed, someone got thrown through a big gaping window. She shouldn't have been standing there. Happened 2 times, actually. Just stupid shit, man. Someone got the head turned around, someone got poked with a harpoon, someone wasn't rocking out hard enough, someone got burned with hot coals right in the chest. A woman was raped by a tree, and a man was thrown into electricals. Someone got their face bashed right into that pipe, and someone got the big old vat of goo. But you know what? None of those side effects truly, really even matter, because you'll be looking so stunning, so fabulous, really. Everybody will just be, you'll be a head turner. Everybody will be doing double takes. You'll have skin that people will die for.
Are you not like the other guys? Maybe you're too scared to buy condoms at the store. Or maybe you're not like the other guys in another way. You know, because of your size? This Halloween, don't be too scared so you go without. Get Tiny Digger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. You can get them discreetly, delivered right to your door, with no embarrassing moments. Don't let your girl turn into a monster because you forgot to wrap your dinger. Then you won't have to cut a bitch. Put a pip in your step. Ensure your Halloween goes smoothly this year with Tiny Digger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, your local CVS pharmacy, independent grocers, Walmart, Target, Chad's R Us, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Don't give yourself that scare and show up for Halloween prepared. Get Tiny Digger condoms today. Are you going trick-or-treating? Walking around in those shoes can get your feet smelly, and her feet smelly too. Before you take off those costumes and end up in the bedroom, try Fantasia Foot Fetish Spray. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. No more smelly feet after you trick or treat. Now you can enjoy her feet like every other night, even after all that walking around and getting sweaty, Betty. Hey! Located at all the same locations as Tiny Digger condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Get Fantasia Foot Fetish Spray. On sale now until November 2nd. Use code FEETTREAT for 20% off at checkout. Join our email list to receive a coupon for in-store purchase. Details are not down below.
Jack, it's freaking Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Do you have a large badonkadonk? Are you heavy in your trunk? Do you act up like a baby and run a business that's shady? Well, now introducing Giant Ass Adult Diapers. Brought to you by a completely different company that we did not at all vet. Make sure you get your Giant Ass Adult Diapers today. It carries large loads, good enough to keep you from those crazy bathroom runs due to you being on the carnivore diet, so you don't have to take breaks during your Halloween festivities. Or while you're sitting in your chair attending webinars 20 hours a day. Now with expandable waistbands, you can be up to 500 pounds and they can carry your load. Probably better than you can. Get Giant Ass Adult Diapers. Only available online. The link will not be listed down below.
You can scare the bejeebies out of your friends by calling to talk to Freddy on Halloween. Dial 1-900-909-FRED.
$2 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute. So really it will cost you thousands of dollars. Good luck to you telling your mom about that.
Toys R Us has everything you need for Halloween, even if you hate your pets. No cats were harmed in the making of this advert. Toys R Us doesn't miss a trick this year. In fact, your mom will be so excited to shoo you out the door with this stranger dressed as a gorilla to have you doing tricks all night long. Look at that!
Yay! Bye, kids! I'm free now to be a witch!
Make sure you get all your tricks and treats at Toys R Us now. Be sure to check out their brother company, Chad's R Us.
This morning, Billy looked like any other boy.
Then Billy turned into this ugly monster freak. He used this makeup kit, and now you can too. You just move the kit in front of your face, and it'll have you and your friends looking a disgrace. Dress up as a clown to go see Grandma and give her a heart attack this Halloween. Oop. Remember, Billy was once a normal boy, and now he's a freak the government is trying to catch to do testing on. Be a freak like Billy and his friends this Halloween. Just be careful of the government. Get this makeup kit now! Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsors. Now, back to our regular programming. Yes, now back to our regular programming. You don't have Toys R Us there anymore? Aw, man. That sucks. We definitely still have it here.
Really, Pops. And that's what we're going to do. You know, so thanks for having me on here, Comfort. This is a good break for me. You know, all the things I'm going through in my regular life. It's like, okay, I need a break. And then I turn on my phone and it's like, okay, there's going to be some webinars starting up for me. That's going to take me from, oh, I don't know if I can handle this day, to let's go. Let's go, people. It's good to see y'all and hope you're ready for the big boom.
Woo. Hopefully, because personally, I'm very ready. I don't know about others, but from the look of everybody's face, I think we are all ready. So there's nowhere we'll move an inch from here when our own big brother Bruce is in the house. So, bro, today we're discussing Onpassive as a clean earth.
Are you ready? Because even Ash claims that you guys aren't ready and that you need to like get ready. Apparently, you're supposed to prepare yourself to be a millionaire with Onpassive.
Ethical business. Welcome. I'm just asking you to unmute. Brother Bruce, can you hear me?
Oh, Bruce.
He's trying to unmute. Perfect.
Of course, comfort. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That means my voice is cleaner. So I want to thank everybody here for sharing what they do. It's really wonderful to be here every week. Again, it's very good to know that I'm with a company that has a leader as great as Ash Mufareh. I remember
he can barely speak. Yet you force him to come on here every Sunday and do this speech in his state. And it's really disgusting.
In the early days in 2000, when we had the early seminars and Charles had come on and he would always talk about, I only asked one thing when I joined this. I asked, is this something I can do? And the answer was yes. And well, can it be done easily? The answer was yes. He said, will I have to pay every month for it? They said no. And he said, and will it make me a lot of money? Will it change the world? And all those answers were yes. And he got in because those things are what he wanted to hear. Those were criteria for what he had. And those criteria haven't changed at all. It's just that we've gotten bigger because Ash made it bigger. And God has made Ash bigger and made Onpassive bigger. So yes, we're clean. We're ethical because we walk behind the great man and we walk in the house of God. Whatever that house may be for you, we walk in God's path. We look to help others and always do that. We never make promises that we don't keep. And so we're here in a path that says, right now we will wait, we will learn, we will be patient, we will be vigilant, and we will be persistent with love, compassion, enthusiasm, and gratitude, and with dignity. So anyway, that's enough out of me because my voice is getting tired. I'm glad you called on me. I love you all. Thank you very much, Comfort.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Bruce. Thank you for always coming and being a great contributor on the platform. And guys, why I'm being unable to call people who are not on camera. We're not sure if they're here and they're ready to speak. So my sister Rita just showed.
Why does he have to come on camera? But you allow Robin Noble the decency of not having to turn on her camera. The fact that you forced Bruce to come on here and turn on his camera is really gross. As you can see, Bruce isn't doing well. Bruce isn't going to be here for much longer. Bruce doesn't have another 3 weeks to wait for your O-Connect and all your products to come back. But you have no problem throwing Bruce's face up here every Sunday. And it's sad, but he probably looks forward to it. It's just like, I don't know how you do this. Have this webinar, do what you just did. Come on here with a smile. Like, oh yeah, that was real powerful to put him on here, like in that state. And then you go and you sleep well at night after that? That's crazy to me. I would never be able to live with myself if I was forcing him up on a webinar. And I don't understand because he makes some fucking comment right after about how people have to have their cameras on for you to have them on here. And I'm like, yeah, is that why Bruce is forced to show his face every time? Like, he's literally streaming from a fucking hospital bed, you psychopath.
Up, Sister Rita, I know you've been off camera and you've just shown your face now, and I know you've been listening. Would you like to chip in a contribution, please?
Right, and it's like they're lying to him in his last moments, and they're completely fine with that. And it's like, oh, it's just so yucky, so gross.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Sister Comfort. Happy Sunday to everyone. And it's nice. Believe me, I did not turn to my camera on. It's just by mistake. I don't know how it happens. But maybe because they want me to talk to.
Yes.
Maybe she was busy doing something in her house. Maybe she had to change her outfit. So she turned her camera off for a little bit. But I've never seen people so obsessed with having to have people with their cameras on. Like, it doesn't change anything. You still can end up trolled. I mean, you re-uploaded the video that Wes sent you for shitting the light. So what does forcing people to show their face really do? Other than, help manipulate them more into this thing.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you very much for giving me this chance. I want to say that, it will be good because some people, they have a comment and so.
Some of you are probably wondering, what chance? What is she having the chance to do? She's having the chance to speak to the people in Onpassive. Allegedly, that's a privilege. And of course, her being on this webinar, she feels like Ash Mufareh is going to see her on here. And then she's going to get something for it, for showing that she's engaged. That's also why people are constantly coming into live streams about Onpassive and making just nonsensical comments. They think Ash Mufareh is going to see their presence in an Onpassive webinar, and then it will get them something in return. Like, as if he'll send them another extra $1 million just because they were really well engaged and spoke often. So to her, this is a privilege. Speaking on a webinar on YouTube.
It will be good, like, if the link is being posted, like, maybe 5 minutes to a webinar or maybe 3 minutes, that will be good. Because a lot of people, they go to YouTube and sometimes they have something to say and they don't have a chance. So if they post it late, so they will not go back to check in a forum. So I will really hope that, the link will be posted maybe 3 minutes before webinar. Anyway, so what was the question, Sister Comfort?
Well, today we were looking at our business as a clean, ethical, and clean, positive, and ethical business. So what is your contribution? What's your thought about that, please?
Yes, definitely. The most cleanest one. Let me say like this.
I'll tell you, I have shorts on today, but most of the time I'm streaming without pants.
I'm not a Muslim. I grew up in a Muslim country, and I want to say that Mr. Ash is a real believer. Mr. Ash is a real believer. Because if Mr. Ash is not a real believer, he could have gone long ago. He could have just, say that, what, I'm done with this business, with all the chaos that is happening. But he said that nobody's going to stop it, only God that is going to stop it.
Oh,
and if he's not for humanitarian, really have a mission and have a goal of helping.
Again, though, that's not true. Not only God can stop him. The idea that he's more powerful than everything in the world besides God is insane. Like, they actually believe, for example, that the S.E.C can't shut them down in the U.S. They don't think that anyone can come after Ash for anything he's done to anybody. He's untouchable. And it's like, that's a lie, though. Ash could even end up in jail one day for all of this. You don't know. The IRS come after him and be like, you owe us like $30 million in taxes. Wasn't that over $108 million? What the hell? And he's not going to have the money to pay for it. And then, that would put a damper on this business, wouldn't it? It's just a trust me, bro. Someone said it on the internet, so it must be true. It's like, yeah, Ash said this, but he shouldn't have said it. He's really over-exaggerating it. And of course, they've held on to this. And it's like, okay, why do you think that? Why do you think he's so powerful? What about him makes you believe that? Like, it's not like he's like connected to the FBI or something. I don't get it.
The world, he said that he wants to change the world.
I've already dealt with one real big scammer who claimed to be connected to the FBI. I refuse to deal with another one.
So he could have, how many billionaires are there?
You, Chris Hansen.
That, with all the chaos that is going from the staff, from the people, whatever people are saying, and he's just taking it and putting him behind his back because he knows that he has a mission. And one day, even if it takes like 10 years, there are some companies that was been working and they have not. Ours, it was because from the beginning it was being out there. So people see, oh, it's taking too long. But they have been working for 15 years and then they will come and still even have some issues with the thing. But ours, because he wants people to feel that, it's like in community development, if you are doing a project, you don't have to bring the project and just give these people and okay, here's the project, do it. They will say, you know what, this is not what we want. Come to us, let us see, we work together, introduce yours, know first our problem, then introduce yours, then we can work together. So Mr. Ash is exactly doing the community development work. He wants people to participate. He wants people to know how hard, how much effort all of us put into this business, whether by work, whether by contribution of ideas. Look, how many wrinkles was there? He will give it to us and say, okay, then people come.
Sweetie, do you think that Ash Mufareh actually watches any of these webinars to take notes on the things that you guys want? I can assure you, he probably doesn't even watch any of you anymore. Not unless he needs his ego stroked.
The chief, oh, this one have a problem, this one have a problem, and then they will give it to his team, and then they work for it. So if Mr. Ash was not a man of God, he's just after money. There is a millions of billionaires there. They could have just said, you know what, give me some money, let us work, and then we have gone. So that is why this is a cleanest, and it's gonna be a blessed business. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, he was going to keep all of this passion behind the cameras, and then the moment she comes up, she say it was by accident. There's no such thing as accident. You were just meant to come here and pour out your heart, and that was powerful. Really, really appreciate you. And of course, I like the way you put it. It's just simple, the heart of Mr. Mufareh is what is keeping it going. And we are quite focused. He is focused. We're just learning from him, and we are moving there one step at a time. We definitely hit the top, and of course the world will know our names. So who else? Is there anybody here who has not spoken? It should be a mistake. So but then if you would like to speak, if you are not on camera and you think you want to chip in a contribution, just let us know. So I'm seeing my brother Mr. Sanjay Kumasu from India. All right, he goes off camera. I'm not sure he's ready to speak. So I'll just look around. Nobody. I saw Mr. Chris Opira from Kenya. Brother Chris, did you want to say something? You are allowed to speak with your camera off. We know who you are. We know where you are. And it's obviously.
Oh, so he's allowed to speak with his camera off. Well, isn't it nice that you've allowed him the decency of that?
Late night as well. So did you want to say something? We just want to give a few people a chance to speak. All right. Brother Chris, I can see you. You need to unmute yourself.
Yes, I would like to say something to my brothers and sisters this evening.
Right.
It's evening here. I know it is morning, in other areas. And first and foremost, I'd like to bring to you greetings from Kenya, Nairobi.
Oh man.
It's very peaceful here. Everything is going on well. I would like to say something very simple and brief about this topic this evening, or in this meeting. Integrity. You see, this is an organization which is full of integrity. It is ethical, and it is so ethical that there is so much respect in it. There is love and care for humanity, care for brother and sister. You see, there is a search for solutions to any problem that surrounds us in Onpassive. Onpassive is something which has so much respect and care in it. So it is so ethical, and there is hope. There is a future. There is great, potential for a good set of system of life in the future as people go forward.
I just want to let you know that in Kenya, if they had $20 US, they would be able to pay for their expenses for a month. So that's a lot.
There is so much love that Ash Mufareh has expressed to us here, and he has spent a lot of time teaching us
I
also.
just want to let people know Mr. Level is black. So when he mentioned to me that he's racist, no. Okay, just to clear the air on that.
Ethics, manners, and he is doing everything to keep it clean. It's very, very clean. So that should there be anybody who is doing any malpractice, he is quick and smart at cleaning up the system. So that today, if you look around, if you actually consider,
I'm like, is that what the issue is? Do they have a completely different definition of this word than the rest of us do? Is that where we've gone wrong here? Because based on my definition of ethical and like the dictionary's definition of ethical, Onpassive is not it.
Very, very carefully, you will notice that Onpassive is really clean. There is no problem at all in it now.
What are you talking about?
He has taught us.
There is you're being sued. Oh my God, you're being sued. Not only even by the S.E.C. You also have your ex-employees suing you. Well, suing Ash and Muhammad Kamal, trying to get their wages. There is a lot of problems going on. You also owe on bills. You don't have any of your products. You allegedly lost all of your data. These are all very big problems. Very big problems that you should be worried about. They're not things to be like, we don't have any problems now in Onpassive. Ash has pocketed $108 million, hasn't done anything for anyone. I'm scared to think of what this guy could have done with the money he's wasted on Onpassive. A lot. Him and his family could have been okay where he lives for fucking 2 years, basically, at least on that money. It's like, it's really, and that's just for the buy-in. Never mind the O Connect. Like, that's even more. That's ridiculous. That's what I mean. Like, the places they prey on, most of the people there are not going to be able to afford it. And no, I'm not saying that because I look down on the people there. I'm saying it because it's the fucking truth. They're going into some of the poorest places to promise them water filtration systems. They're going into places that do not have clean drinking water to offer them fucking O Connect. Because that's what they need right now. They really need O Connect. Again, some of these places do not have data centers, hardly have the internet. There has been webinars with these places where there's 20 people on one laptop because the community got money together to all pay for a laptop to attend the fucking webinar. It's like, how do you expect them to now have $250 US each to now pay for O Connect? It makes no sense. And that's the reality of the world. Is that our countries are doing quite well. And there's other countries out there that are not. They're not doing well. They are not striving. They are not striving financially with technology. Those are the places that they go to prey on. Because it's easy. They're lazy. They're fucking lazy and they're weak. Scammers want to do as little work as possible. So it's like, Lord, the things that he could have done for that money, him and his family would have been good for fucking months. They wouldn't have had to worry about food, shelter. We probably could have gotten lots of water. Like, it's just like, it floors me.
Actually, really change us. Ash Mufareh, the most ethical person, he has really changed us. Many of us came into Onpassive from our different backgrounds with our different, attitudes and mindsets and so on. But look at how he has streamlined us, all of us, So we are different today. We are peaceful, we are calm, we are.
I mean, it is true. I guess he hasn't screamed at all of them and rage quit a webinar in a couple of years. So there's that, I guess.
Patient.
It's been a couple of years since he's like screamed at them, but trust me, there's webinars of Ash going ape shit on these people, yelling at them, rage quitting.
And we are moving forward with joy and happiness. Even as we wait, actually, for the that amazing day that he will come and announce and say, now it's time. Let's move forward. Look at the calm, the peace, the calmness, the peace, which is right now, in Onpassive. This could not happen if it was not ethical. So there is a lot of ethics, and all of us, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody ever does anything that's unethical. Like, nothing exists in our world that is unethical. And if things are illegal, nobody does them. Like, pyramid schemes, they're illegal, don't you know? So nobody ever opens one, right? Just like how murder is illegal, so no one ever murders. And how rape is illegal, so no one ever rapes. It's like that. For sure. No such thing as unethical.
We are enjoying it. I personally am so much at peace with myself, at peace with everything around me, simply because of the ethics that we're experiencing in in this organization. And that is all I want to say for now. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, Sister Comfort.
Indeed, we appreciate you, Brother Chris, who always
you.
like to listen to people from home.
Though, because they're like, thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak at your webinar. Oh, great and powerful comfort, Comfort.
And we are happy that you were able to pass your points through. Yeah. So
I hope that Ash will see it this and come and bless me with $108 million just for speaking up here.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Powerful contribution there. So, guys, I think we've touched almost everybody on the screen, especially those who are on camera. So let's gradually make a quick round of. All right, Brother Oliver, come on, come.
Yeah, there's one other. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Comfort. There's one powerful thing that our company will not do. We are not going to manipulate.
I love Onpassive India too. And I really hope that the 500 employees there that were not given wages from January until August and then were let go are able to get their wages. And that they're able to live again without having to worry of the threats from Ash Mufareh and Muhammad Kamal to their lives, their livelihood, their future careers. So I love them too. And honestly, if you loved India, the people of India, you would demand that they get paid what's owed to them for creating your Onpassive ecosystem that you're enjoying right now and for creating all the products. Because right now, the new tech team is getting all the praise while all of them are getting shit on and being accused of stealing all the money that Ash pocketed from you guys.
It will sell customers' data out there, and we are not going to the stock market.
Imagine hiring employees, forcing them to work for free for 8 months so that they can't live, like they're not eating, they're hardly able to sleep, they're about to get evicted. They don't have any of their resources. They don't got water. They don't have anything. You got to pay for all that in most places, right? So you do that to them for 8 months. And then because they leave and demand their pay because they have to go find a new job, otherwise like them and their families are going to be homeless and starve to death. And after you do that to them, you then pocket all of the money that you could have used to pay them, and then you tell everyone that they stole it. Just to add insult to injury, And that's who they're calling ethical today. I'm doing good, Steve. How are you? Like, I wouldn't find that person to be ethical. I would find that person to be anything but ethical. And I don't think that being in a group run by that person would make me very lucky. I'd be sort of scared. I'd be sort of scared. What news have you for us? Hello, Antonio. I hope you're doing well. I don't know. I'm hoping that you could tell us what news Ash has, because it's been 3 weeks, right? Since your OES has gone back up, and Ash said it would be a matter of days, not weeks or months. So, do you have news? That would be cool. I did not hear that, Steve. Making promises for 6 years just to ignore all that has gone wrong. That is the Onpassive way, right? Like blaming the people that made all of your products for stealing the money you pocketed. Could you imagine? Like, honestly, I don't know if there's many people that are shittier than that.
That means a lot. Yes. Just wrap your head around that. You know what that means, you know. So we are fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Of
I'm
course.
really scared for a world where people think that that man would have heart after doing that to people. You know? Really scared. If that's what you guys consider as heart, I'm nervous.
We are fine indeed.
What do you guys
So
consider
I would just like Andy to queue up behind you to start the closing remark. Okay. All right. But Andy, you will hold on for a second. Somebody's raising their hand. Mufumbiro Ramath.
No. She was about to get Andy to do the closing point. Is that what she called it? But now someone has their hand up. So that probably put Andy Burks in a iffy mood.
From Uganda. All right. I'm asking you to unmute now.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I just muted you again. Come on. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Wow. Comfort.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you well. Speak.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Ramadan Mufumbiro, all the way from Uganda, Africa.
No.
Indeed,
No.
I've appreciated.
Antonio, don't turn into a bot now. Don't turn into a bot now. You at least had personality the last time. Have they brainwashed you this much in the last week that now you've just resorted to going, I love Onpassive. I love Mr. Ash Mufareh, sir. I am so happy. Onpassive, we're in it to win it. Don't do that. I have so much more faith in you than that.
The word of my sponsor, Mr. Opera Chris, that we are learning a lot from Ash Mufareh of gathering us here from different corners, different habits and whatever. And indeed, together is power. If you are united, you are powerful. Nothing now can go far when we are not together globally. So that one, I highly appreciate and I thank him so much. He said the right thing that we are really going to be powerful since we are gathered from different corners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother, for your great contribution.
But what does your power do if you're wasting all your time just sitting on webinars and talking about what you hope to accomplish? Like, because if you just spend all your time doing that, you got no time to actually go and accomplish anything. And you've been doing that for 6 years. So, like, again, when?
Unity is strength indeed, and we can see it. It is evident. It's because of our unity and togetherness that the flames are still live. And that's how it's going to go on and on and on. So I think we should mute him. He's listening somewhere. Perfecto. All right. So thank you. Thanks for your contribution. So Andy, I was going to say, my brother Oliver just mentioned something for the sake of...
I'm sorry. Every single time that they talk about unity, it just kind of makes me laugh because it's like, well, I guess that is all that they have here, right? Is the fact that they are a whole group they're united. They're a united group. It also reminds me of that song that they have. Let's see if I can find it. It's great, great fun. Here it is. This one. Oh yeah, by the way, this is definitely an actual public school singing. Oh, and by the way, they sign up children and unborn babies to this scam. So yeah, they could be preying on this whole choir right now. And it's so funny because I swear to God, if any other company ever preyed on children, especially in like third world countries, the internet would be like, what the fuck, and have a heyday. But of course, this one preys on people in third world countries that aren't white. So I guess there's only going to be a couple of us speaking out about it then. Yeah, I said what I fucking said.
I wanna be free. That's what my heart keeps telling me. Give me your hand, we'll find the way. If you belong there, we'll feel the same. If we help each other, I just know we can succeed. We are one, but we are different. We are all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same ocean. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams to be among the stars. And we know that it's destiny. We are unity.
We're breaking the law.
We are unity.
I'm sure you don't care about that, though. Like most MLM companies won't sign up anyone until they're at least 16 with a parent's consent, or you have to be 18, a full-grown adult, right? In order to be considered an adult, in most places it's 18, so you have to be at least 18 to sign up, because children cannot consent. I have to question anyone that seems to think that children can consent to things. I really do. So if you think that it's okay to sign up unborn babies, and to prey on children in school, in public school, with a business opportunity when they can't even understand what the hell this is, or what it means, then what you're telling me is you think that kids can consent. And then I got to side-eye you and I got to ask you, what else do you think children can consent to, guys? Teach me about how you believe that children can consent. I'd love to hear it. I don't think you'd be the first one that's trying to talk to me about that. Discord is a crazy place, folks. You know, it's an iffy thing for me. I can't trust them. But anyway, I'll stop doing the unity thing now. I just really had to play some of that song. Because every time they're like, we have unity, I'm like, oh God, that song. Because, yeah, it reminds me. It reminds me that they prey on children and that they got an entire public school choir to sing a song about them. Gross. Probably one of the first ever scams to get a public school choir to sing a song about them, praising their leader. I doubt it's a cult's first time. It probably isn't. Literally, they used to have parties where children would sing to several of the cult leaders. You know, even Vanguard Week, they would have people come up and sing to Keith Raniere. That was a multi-level marketing company too, by the way, NXIVM. It became known as the sex cult. So when you tell me things like, Queen, speaking about MLMs, isn't that important in society? I go, yeah, okay, tell that to the people that NXIVM went after. You know, don't tell me that commercial cults aren't dangerous, because they're not religious cults. They're not your definition of a cult, so they don't matter. How do you think they start? Do you think that all cults start off as crazy cults? No, none of them do. They all start off as just this great group of people that you join because you all have a similar interest, or you're all praising the same God. Or maybe you all want to do some personal development, or you're all looking to find something in your, spiritually. That's how it starts. And then it slowly morphs into a cult. So if we don't start talking about things like before they turn into a cult, then we're really not doing much good out here. Why be reactive when you can be proactive?
Of those who are either quite new or those who will stumble on this video anytime because it's relevant for as long as it lives on YouTube, on all of those channels. Oliver said one of the things he says fascinating to him is the fact that Onpassive is not going to the stock market. Would you like to touch a bit on that so that people have an idea what he means? Just a bit.
Again, the reason why he's not going into the stock market is because, first of all, he doesn't have real investors. He just has you guys paying him $97 buy-in. And because then he would have to make sure that everything is legal. And he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't like following the laws and the regulations, He's over it.
Bit more. Thanks, bro.
Okay. I think this is an extremely important point. Let me explain why. The vast majority of companies, certainly the large companies that we all know, we don't necessarily love them, but we all know them.
Wow.
They all have
Jesus Christ,
shareholders. And these shareholders are hungry for money. They're hungry for returns. They're hungry.
Yeah. And the thing about them is that they actually do own a portion of the company. So Ash, instead of having shareholders, decided to go with you idiots. That way you'll do everything that a shareholder will do, but you won't actually own a percentage of the company. He gets to own 100% of it. You'll even help fund him. Hell, you'll give him $108 million, and then a year later you'll buy a product after him. He'll promise you 100% commissions back, and then you won't even care when he pockets the money. He has all of you wrapped around his little finger. You're all his little cucks. He says jump, you say how high. He says give me $108 million for me and my family. You say okay. He says now buy O Connect. You go okay. Like, come on, man. That's why. That's why he doesn't have these shareholders. Why would he even get shareholders when he can just get a whole bunch of people and dupe them into doing everything share owners do without holding any ownership of this company? So he can then be in control and hide stuff from all of you. Just like, why would he want to hire many employees? Because he has to pay them, and we already know he doesn't like to pay his employees. Why would he market this company when nothing was going on? And now he claims that people are all like, oh, yeah, no, won't market it with nothing going on. Well, he did. And he doesn't even have to market it anymore because he has you guys. Right? You guys go live several times a day. Market this thing for him. For free. He doesn't even pay you for it. You'll just do it gladly. It's like having a bunch of free workhorses. So why the fuck would you even give them? You guys will do it all willingly without demanding any of your money. You guys will sit here for 6 years and just wait around. Let them fuck you over. String you along for years upon years. You'll probably let them go another 6 years. The S.E.C. won't shut them down. You'd stay here forever without demanding any respect or anything. You're okay to be under his boot. You know? Never keep up, but just trust the company and wait until you die. That's right. Hopefully your grandkids will see it. You know? It's like, you think that's a flex that you don't have stocks, you're not in the stock market, but what you don't realize is the people that buy stocks, it's so that they can protect their investment, so that what you guys have happening to you doesn't happen to them. So that the CEO can't just pocket the $108 million and be like, fuck yes. That's the thing. So you sound stupid when you say that, Andy.
Hungry for some of the profits coming out of the company. So the company has been designed in order to create profit, to boost their shareholdings, to boost the value of the company, etc., etc. It's a system that is not necessarily the correct or the best system. So from Onpassive's point of view, we're not going to have that issue. We're not going to have greedy shareholders or the company being forced to create profit just so that the shareholders can sit there and rub their hands together. No, we're not.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't want your company to force profit to be created. That would be awful. I mean, who wants their company to make money? Aren't you guys going to save humanity for free?
Having that, we're not going to go down that
Like they want a business that makes no profit, but then they seem to think that they're all going to be millionaires and that they're going to have enough money in their pocket to all save humanity. Explain how that works. How are you making money without profit? Explain. You cannot make yourselves all millionaires in this company without a profit. And Ash has now tricked you all into being okay with that. And you've fallen for it, hook, line, and sinker. You're a blobfish. Seriously. Come on, Andy.
And that's a big issue.
Right.
I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but
that's what they all say too. They're like, oh, we just want to each make like $1 million or so that we can like live nice. And then the rest of the money I'm just going to help save humanity with. And then they turn around and they say, but we're going to have a business that doesn't make a profit. Okay, so where are these millions coming from then? You do realize like you are selling products, right? So you're making a profit. Ash has set it up perfectly so that he can sell these products, pocket the money, and then have you guys basically run around going, well, we're not in this to make a profit. That's why we're all still poor. It doesn't matter that the company's selling stuff. We're not here to make a profit. We're here to save humanity. Like, literally. He set it up like that. And you guys are just fine with it. Andy Burks knows fuck all about business, investing, or finance. The fact that he used to sell investments, a sales job, not a finance job, and claims to be a numbers guy makes me fear for his clients. Right? He's always like, I'm the numbers guy. And they're all like, oh, Andy Burks, the numbers guy. What the fuck does that mean? Like, you have no numbers. Like, you don't have a profit, remember? So we don't need anyone that knows numbers here anyway. So fuck off, Andy Burks.
Some of you guys can do some research, and this goes back to ethics.
No, they can't, Andy. They're not allowed to use Google and look up any companies. Didn't you hear? Didn't you hear? Sad sir, Mr. Verma, your company is set to be shut down by April 2026 in the USA, which is where the headquarters is. It's where Ash lives. It doesn't have a future. It doesn't have a future at all. Until the S.E.C. litigation is taken care of, there's no future here. This is it. This is all you're going to get. Andy Burks, get off stage. Boo!
There is a particular company that is used a lake in India.
Well, is it
that originally that lake was used to irrigate their crops. Now this company's gone in and they've started bottling the water, cleaning it, bottling it, and now they're selling back to the villagers, but the villagers don't or no longer have irrigation for their crops, so their crops have died. So they're actually buying back the water that was theirs in the first place. Now, to me, I'm sorry, but that's not ethical, and it's not honest.
Sounds like how Canada deals with their oil with the USA. What do you mean?
And but the shareholders.
Isn't that what you do? You make the oil, you give it to another country. They add something to it to turn it into gas, and then they sell it back to you, huh?
On that the company continue to make a profit. Onpassive will not be like that. Onpassive is designed not to create money for the shareholders, but to create value for money for its customers. And that, I think, we're going to see a major shift.
But you're not about profits and money. And then in the next breath, you say it's about making money for the customers. No, the customers are unable to make money. Only the resellers, the distributors would be making money. So now you're just lying out your ass. You think if I go and buy O-Connect off of an O-Founder, I make money? Not unless I become an O-Founder too. This is why you should just shut up, Andy.
The thought process and mindset of many companies moving forward in the future, where they see what's happened and the power that people have within a system, within a mindset, and on the same wavelength, should we say? So you know, this is big business. This company will create and has created a number of products that are far more value for money than others available on the market, but also those products are far greater with the add-ons, the extras, how they work. It's AI induced, etc. So this is going to be big business.
Even Andy here admits that all of the products that they've made are products that are based off of ones that are already available on the market. You know?
But it's going to be made even bigger business by the fact that it doesn't have shareholders. Now, yes, we guys, we're affiliates, and the object of the exercise is to be able to create customers for the company. Another company going to do that for us, admittedly.
But admittedly, they are going to do that for us. What do you mean? I was told all I had to do was sign up and buy the products, and then traffic would be allocated to me. What do you mean? The hell? Takara says, why wouldn't Andy call out that company that sold water back to poor communities? That is criminal. He probably doesn't remember if it's even in existence. He probably made it up. But again, though, it's not much different than what Ash wants to do. Ash wants to go into places that don't have clean drinking water and offer them the possibility of getting a water filtration system as long as they pay $97 to become an O-Founder and then buy O-Connect. And that will cost them way more than it would if someone just went there and helped them out by building a water filtration system, you know? Potential customers look at the website and move on to other real companies with real products, right? They keep saying that they're a real company with real products. I dare a company filter dirty water and sell it to me, the pain. Yeah. I mean, there's always Flint, Michigan.
So it's not the same as a shareholder. Yeah, they're paying back or will pay back a large proportion of the profit that comes into the company. But we have over 1 million customers to date. And the company...
Yeah, but Ash had $108 million. You know? Like, he could have given you all a lot of money. And instead, he pocketed that and didn't give you guys a cent. Why aren't you more upset about that? Imagine you could have $2 million right now in your bank account. And you didn't even need the products for it if Ash Mufareh had kept his word. But instead, he just took that money and decided that he deserved it because he worked hard. Fuck you guys and any of the work you've done. He worked for it. For all of it, every cent. Does that not piss you off, Andy? Are you not like, holy shit, I could have had $2 million already? If this guy actually did what he said, he made $108 million. Why didn't we get some? Like, if I were you, I'd be livid. In my mind, he'd owe me some fucking money. Be like, no, you said you didn't need a cent of this. You were giving it all back to us. So give me my $2 million or fuck off.
But he hasn't relaunched yet. The beauty of it is that us here, we all know that Mr. Mufareh is coming back in a big way with his tech team. And we've got rid of the bad element that was within the company that was part of, or we can speculate all we like, but may well have been part of the other side of the coin, shall we say? That's the best way of putting it and the most tactful, I think.
Yeah, the old technicians, they're the ones that are trying to fuck you over. Not the CEO that pocketed $108 million, pocketed a bunch more million when he released his O-Connect, didn't pay his bills, and refuses to pay his employees their owed wages.
I'm pleased to be in the position that we're in. And I'm glad that the decision not to have shareholders is an important one, certainly from our point of view, but also from our customers' point of view, because they will have products that are value for money and not simply based on how much can we take off these customers. Thank you, Comfort.
Yeah, thanks so much.
If that's true, Andy, may I ask you why you made your products more expensive than all of the products on the market? Because, you can get Zoom for like $20 a month. But you want these people to pay $125 a month for O-Connect. And then you have the audacity to be like, but we're not in this for the money. We're not trying to make money off people. Come on, man.
Thanks for the powerful contribution. And of course, most of us are happy with where we are now because we are sure of what is awaiting us.
Yeah, like Microsoft hired a bunch of people to go pretend to be Onpassive technicians so that they can fuck Onpassive over because they're so threatened by them. That is literally what they think that happened. They're like, oh yeah, big corporate America is trying to stop Ash. Ash came out here and said, the reason why we're not launched yet, guys, is because they know what we have here. And we're so threatening to corporate America. Because remember, we want to change the way that they do business. So it's not about money and profits. They want to change it right around. So, happy waiting for O-Connect to rise again with above market value. Yeah. And above market pricing.
So, Engineer Mike, a few words of closing remark. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, it was a wonderful session here today. We just want to thank everybody for being here. I will still leave us here with that question. Are we ready to receive, or are we ready to go to the next phase of our business?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Because even if you've been waiting around for 6 years, you're maybe not ready yet. Have you logged into the OES today and done a little prayer thanking Ash Mufareh? Make sure you do it every day or else you might not be ready.
We know our business. Mama Comfort. Thank you.
That's it. Those questions, they are loaded. And the answer, give the answer to yourself and know where you are right at this minute. So, Mama Marcienne, a few words of closing remark.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sister Comfort. I know a lot of people are watching on YouTube. Please, if you do, any channel that you are, just click subscribe and share, because that's the only way we can send the message out to the whole world to know.
Did you write this up as a speech and send it to her? Because it looks like she's reading it. And she's speaking like she's reading this off of her screen. Like, did you do that? Because I know that these are planned. They're very planned. Some of them take notes. You can see them look down at their notes several times while they're speaking. So I can't help but be like, Comfort, did you write her up a speech to tell people to subscribe to the YouTube channel they're watching this on? Like, really? That's sad, man. That's sad.
About what we talk here every Sunday. So please do share. Sharing is caring, caring is love. And I just want to let us understand that Mr. Ash Mufareh is doing everything that he can to bring this clean business to us. As we all said, this business is very clean and jovial. You're not going to have any problem. So feel free to share the session.
It's just illegal, and it does illegal activities and owes people wages that it's getting sued for not paying. Just don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Today, to people to know about it, and let them stay tuned, because we have this every Sunday and we have those channels going on almost every day.
I also don't understand the point in sharing it around, Joe, when it's like these are only for people that have already signed up. You can't sign up anyone right now. So like, why would I send a webinar? Even if I'm in Onpassive, why am I wasting time by sending a webinar to someone when they can't even go to a website and find out more information, and they can't even register to get into the OES right now? So literally all they're met with when they go to the website is they can stare at this page because you can't register. So if you can't log in already, this is what you get. So I'm like, sharing it to my family and friends so that they can go stare at this page for a minute, get bored, and then ask me to never bother them with that again. You know what I mean? Like, what we doing? Well, what we doing out here? Jovial, yeah. Honest people. Are there any in Onpassive? Yes. Yeah, there are. But they're mainly the people that we hardly see or don't see. Unfortunately, when it comes to speaking out about a scam like this, you are usually saving the people that you don't know. Because the people that you do know are going to be the people that are too heavily involved with this. So they're definitely not honest and innocent in any way, are they? And if you watched Yolanda's stream the other day, you're going to find out that they're definitely not considered innocent. Anyone that was getting $200 super chats from Ash Mufareh can later get in trouble for that. Because it's almost like getting ill-gotten gains. I just know that that's what they usually call it in criminal court. So you can't have the money that you made while running the scam. And they've decided the $108 million is made because of fraud and a scam and lies. So if they find out that any of that money was paid out to other people for work here, they can get in trouble. Not the employees, but these top O founders. Violet says, if you're a non-passive, you don't have any friends left to send this to. And that's often the truth. I mean, when do you have time for friends? You're going to 15 webinars a day. But it's like, yeah, send it around, guys. They can go stare at the registration page.
24/7 online, you will hear something about Onpassive. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Powerful. Thank you, sis. And Sister Rita, a few words, closing remark.
Yeah, thank you again, Sister Comfort. I don't have much to say. I just want to say, let us continue with the same spirit. And I say that he's doing his stuff. You guys do continue.
This is so repetitive, Comfort. Like they said their closing remark at the end of when they thought that they were going to be speaking, They figured that was it. I wouldn't think that I would be doing a little speech here and then I would have to do a closing remark at the very end. That just almost makes no sense. Comfort is hardly going to say anything. She does the least amount of work here.
To do what you are doing. And I wish everyone, a good health and do whatever you're doing. He said there is a word say that if you want to go faster, go by yourself, right? But if you want to, so let us do it together so that we can reach all into the same destination with love and care and togetherness. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Brother Mark, one quick one from you.
There it goes. Patience, tolerance. Just wait. Enjoy the journey. This is all just a journey, and it's just beginning. It's just beginning. That's all I got.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Comfort.
Thank you. Let's enjoy the ride. Brother Bruce, you're smiling as though you have a quick thing to say. Closing remark?
Absolutely. We
No.
are living the dream.
I'm sorry.
So to stay in the dream, stay persistent and consistent.
I can't do this again to Bruce. All right. I don't know how you do this to Bruce. Fuck off, Comfort. All right. I just showed him the one. I'm not showing him anymore. I'm not. I refuse. I'm sorry, guys. That might be the last time you saw Bruce. I can't keep doing it. All right. I showed him earlier because I just wanted to showcase to all of you, he's not doing good. And they keep bringing him up here. He's always on camera. I find it really disrespectful. It would be better if he would stay off camera. He can hardly get words out, and it's gross. But I do not want to add to the exploitation of him in any fucking way anymore. All right, I feel like I've already done it too much. It's I just can't do it again. We're going to have to fast forward.
A reality.
Because honestly, what's going to happen is soon he's not even going to be on here. And I'm going to be very upset.
Thank you, Brother Bruce. Brother Collins?
Fuck you.
Quick one from you.
Yes, let's keep believing.
All smiles.
Mr. Ash Mufareh.
I just can't. She's so proud of herself. They want to manipulate people using Bruce. Yeah. And it's weird. There's no reason for this. There's no reason to force this poor man to come up on fucking panel every Sunday. And I don't know. Maybe it's something exciting that he lives for, but it feels so exploitative and gross to me.
And let's also keep learning. We believe we must learn as well. And if we've not been doing that, please, this is a time for us to understand the type of business we are in. Keep learning and believe. That's what I would say, Mr. Comfort. Thank you.
Yeah, Brother Oliver, to the best of my knowledge, you started this session of closing remarks. Are you still having something lingering in your mind at all?
Yeah. I just want to say that our our business is coming back. The more it's going to be more protected, secured, and the biggest company that mankind has ever seen. Like Michael always asks, "Are you ready?" Not only are you ready?
Like, good job, Oliver. That was very profound.
But you should please start preparing yourself. Attend webinars. Come here,
They all
Heroes.
do.
Ask your questions, because by so
Most of the people that talk on these hero webinars, I believe that they know better. And I said earlier, like, these guys have to either they know and they're lying to everyone's face on these webinars, or they don't know and then they're lying about their education and them being technicians in any way. It's one or the other. Either way, they're lying somewhere. Because I can't believe that you would know anything about technology and be in this and see how things are going and then still think everything's going great. Like, they know that they're going to cash out on this because they're a part of these top O founders, right? So they've built teams here. So they know they're going to make a commission. So they're willing to lie to do that. That's what I believe.
you're doing, you are knowing and learning your business.
That's what they're doing.
Heroes is the place that when you come, they'll answer all your questions so that you will know how to manage your business.
Isn't it weird to like have everyone talk and then at the end be like, okay, now everyone talk again to do your closing remarks? It's really fucking weird to me.
The company is going to take, it's going to do 98%, you have 2%. That 92, that 2%, how are you going to go about it is on you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Oliver.
I thought you were going to.
All right, I can see my sister Elizabeth Bade from Papua New Guinea. Sis, are you just listening or do you want to chip in a contribution?
Well, now you've put her on the spot, haven't you?
I think she's trying to unmute herself. Sometimes it's difficult to see people and just go because she might have a quick thing she wants to say. Let's just see. So, Sister Elizabeth, just show with your head. Do you want to say something or are you just listening?
Maybe she was just listening.
Let me ask you. All right, let me ask you to unmute. I've just asked you to unmute now, so go ahead and unmute yourself.
What are we doing here? Imagine you're like, you show up, you don't want to talk. Maybe you just don't feel like talking. It's Sunday. You could be busy and then you still have to kind of be on this webinar. I've had to do that before in the past, do like a work meeting on a webinar while you're like taking care of the kids, like that happens when you're at home. So imagine you like come to this thing and you just kind of want to listen, but you have to be on camera. So you're like, whatever, I'll put my camera on to listen. And then all of a sudden Comfort like calls you out and is like, hey, do you want to say something? So you're like kind of sitting there in shock because it probably caught you off guard for a moment. So you're like, whoa, what? And then she goes, oh, well, I'm just going to unmute you so that you can talk. Like, no, I was fine. Thank you. I would feel so put on the spot. Like, thanks, Comfort. Now I have to say something because you just did this to me. Like, just leave them alone. You literally said that if they wanted to come on, they can raise their hand because you're on Zoom where you click the raise your hand button. You have a question, right? So you said, if you want to come on, do the raise your hand, go on camera and show me and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, you also told them that they all had to be on camera, except for this one guy, I guess. Poor Bruce had to be on camera. Like, it's such shit. And Comfort's over here all proud of herself, just smiling away.
Yes. You can speak now, sis.
You can speak.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Comfort. My goodness, I think I'm late because I just found out that you are doing the last remarks. But please, I am so grateful that you've asked me to speak. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here in PNG, and I just woke up.
Oh my fucking God. No wonder why she's in fucking bed. Yeah, I really wouldn't want to be talking to anyone at 5 in the morning. I can assure you of that. It's 5 p.m. here right now, and I'm like, all right, let's end this stream already.
Hope so. I'm late, but I heard most of your comments. Yes.
Lord.
Onpassive is here to stay, and Onpassive is our solution. And I am proud to be part of this. And since 2021, November, I joined. And
All right. Is it me or she's frozen, guys? Is she? All right. Okay. We lost our sister, but we appreciate the fact that
She's probably on a data plan on her phone. Probably not working the best.
5 a.m. in Papua New Guinea, and of course she wakes up because that is what this family means to all of us. Thank you, sis, for joining.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting that you would expect that from someone to prove their loyalty. Onpassive steals your money, then your hopes and dreams, and also your sleep just to top it off, right? And I mean, the best way to get control over a group of people is to fuck with their sleep. It's definitely a manipulation tactic used by cults. Guess her light bulb burnt out. Honestly, she probably is laying in bed. You know, when you're laying in bed when you first wake up, and people that have phones, I don't have a phone anymore. I haven't in ages. But people that have phones wake up, grab their phone, take a little look at it to see what's going on. She probably saw the webinar going on and was like, oh, I'll click on that, I'll go join that. But she's literally still in bed. It's like the first few minutes she's been awake. And then Comfort's like, hey, you, come on here. It's like, F you again, Comfort. Yeah. Comfort has the easiest job in the Onpassive scam. She never has to answer any questions, right? I know she gets other people to answer them for her. It's really annoying. Someone will ask a question and then she'll be like, Collins Manna, do you want to take that one? And I'm like, this is supposed to be your show. Can you not do anything? Does not understand what others are saying half the time. She's like, huh, what do you know? Looks bored most of the time and says, wow, powerful and stuff. Yeah, everything's very, very powerful, empowering, amazing, great.
Joining. So, Sister Gifty, why are you smiling? Do you want to be the last speaker for this session?
Why are you smiling?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Comfort. Yeah, the house was a bit busy now, but yeah. What shall I say? Onpassive is something that is beyond imagination, because if we look through the heart of Mr. Ash Mufareh and the firmness and the boldness and his sincerity, because despite everything that this man has went through, he's still standing firm, being sincere to us. He's not hiding anything for us. This is pure sincerity, because yesterday some of our brothers said some came and went. We never heard of them. But with Mr. Ash Mufareh, despite whatever he went through, he bumped back and standing tall, and that is why we are all, rallying behind him, because of his integrity. Because this man is a man of integrity. He's not somebody who will say this and then do this. No, this is
again. We must have a very, very different definition of the word integrity.
Onpassive is a done deal. Onpassive is a win-win. Onpassive is here to stay. And this man has stood behind his word. That is what we call integrity, because this man did not come to, lie to us. No, he thought of us. If he were to be somebody, how much did we put inside? Nothing. 97 is nothing. If we consider the amount.
Where you live, it can be a lot. All right. Where I live, it can be a lot. That's the thing. Even here in Canada, $97, that's almost $100. I could feed my family for many meals with that. That's not money that I would ever want to flush down the toilet. So I hate it when they say, oh, $97, it's not a lot to lose. Like,
of usage that we have used the product is beyond what we paid. So it is a privilege for us to be part of this business. So he can say, it is my business. I'm going to earn. I don't care about anybody. But Mr. Ash Mufareh said, no, I want to share my profit with each and everyone. Those who have a good heart to extend hands, because his hands cannot reach everybody. That is why he gave us the chance to become founders, affiliate, so that what he wants to do, we can also do it, so that his hands can stretch to Africa, Asia, America, everywhere. His hands can reach there. That is what we call integrity, because he's not selfish. He's there for us. He has a big heart. That's why Onpassive is built with a heart, because the heart of this man is so pure and genuine that even every single thing he wants us to know. Who are we? Who are we? If we calculate the amount of money this man
I'm just saying, because I usually talk about how it's a lot of money to lose in places like Papua New Guinea and in certain areas of South Africa and etc., because that's where they prey on, and it will end up being like 3 months of their pay. But I just want to make the point that even my ass over here in Canada, I would not want to be losing $97. I mean, do you want to take $97 out of your wallet right now and then just go flush it down the toilet? Because I don't recommend it. Like, you know, even $97 Canadian, I don't want to lose. So come on, man. Like I hate the whole like, oh, well, it's just this much money. And for me, it's not even about the money. It's about the purpose. Like, I don't give a fuck if you stole $1 from these people and it only costs 1 cent to join this thing. It's the purpose. It's the fact that you're lying, you're scheming, you're manipulating, and all the other stuff that you're doing that I have the issue with. Pilot says, I really hope that quick flash of Bruce we saw was him sleeping. Yeah. Right? I can't afford $97 right now. I think most people I don't think would want to ever afford to lose that. You know, I mean, $97 is 97 fucking dollars, man. That's almost $100. You know? It's like, who wants to lose that? Nobody. But I think it's funny that they kind of talk about it like they're willing to admit that they may have lost the $97, but it's okay, that doesn't matter because it's not a lot. Right? It just shows a little bit of doubt there. So I'm like, do you still have hope? Can you still wake up and realize you've been manipulated? And get out of this thing, maybe? Come on, Gifty, we believe in you.
Who are we for him to come and be accountable to us? But because of his sincerity and integrity, he wants us to know.
I mean, you're the people that paid for this. Right? I mean, he's promised it to you. Imagine if you could just go around promising people things and then you never ever had to deliver what you promised.
What is going on? That is what we call a man of integrity and sincerity. No. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mufareh. We really appreciate everything that you are doing for us, and our hearts are with you. Thank you, Sister Comfort. Love you all.
Powerful, sis. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. I'm that guy who's not able to keep to their word. There you go, our dear brother. He's calling from Uganda. Let me give him 30 seconds, please. Ramadan, my brother moved from Biro Ramadan. Did you still want to say something? So I'm asking you to unmute now, and you would be the last speaker, the last test. Let's agree with me to use this word just for now.
Well, that was rude because you promised that to our girl Gifty. You said that she was going to be the last speaker. Now here you are offering it to someone else. Huh. Well, Comfort can't even keep her promise for longer than a minute.
Sister Fumi, don't be mad at me that I'm using a wrong word.
Yeah, the last. We're at the end.
Hello.
Hello, welcome, brother. We can hear you. Speak.
Yes, thank you, Madam Moderator. I'm Ramadan Mfumbiro, all the way from Uganda. I'm just adding on the integrity, the one who my brother from Germany is talking about. Indeed, other companies like MTN here in Uganda, it was coming through the princes and the government officers, but this Onpassive has come randomly. In fact, even our lower people has got a chance to become big because of Ash Mufareh with Onpassive. So that one has gone highly far. In fact, we just pray God to keep him nearby him. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, my brother. Thanks. And indeed, if you listen to my brother, that's a true testimony to the fact that Onpassive was meant not for those who are able to get it, but for the little guy in the house who is only waiting for you and myself to get it done. And of course, we are as good as done because we'll get to each and every individual who has to benefit from this great opportunity. Thank you guys once again for joining us. Thank you for being on the
And she hardly added anything to this, as you saw. She hardly added anything to this. She hardly spoke in comparison to some of the other speakers. Like Andy spoke about this more than she did. And this is supposed to be her fucking webinar, her show. It's like, what does it mean to you, Comfort? You want to talk a little bit about what it means to be in a clean, positive, and ethical business, longer than 2 minutes? And then maybe do some closing remarks, since you push everybody else to. But no, she won't. She just says this. That's it.
On the panel and sharing your contribution. Thank you for watching us in all of our YouTube channels. Sometimes when Marty is here, he helps us to tell us the numbers of people watching us. Hundreds of people are watching us now, and it will go on and on and on. Let's keep on keeping on because the future is brighter than we've ever imagined before. So if you have any questions, drop them preferably on YouTube channels because it's easier to see. I've not been on Facebook for a while now, but if you really want to get directly to me, it should preferably be on Facebook Messenger. If it's on Facebook, on my profile, I might not see because I'm just taking a rest for now. But
wait, what? Did she just say, I haven't been on Facebook for a while, but the best place to get in contact with me is on Facebook, but I'm taking a break from it for a while. How would that then be the best place to contact you?
Then drop a question, drop a comment, just share your concern, anything you would like clarification with, drop it on the YouTube channels so that if we see them, we put them together and of course come back with a few solutions to keep it going. So like my sister Rita said earlier on that we should share the link while we're broadcasting on the YouTube channels is because it reaches out more people because the Zoom that we have here is limited.
I don't know why this is so funny to me. This woman is severely confused.
Only take a few people. That's why it goes on YouTube. So if you can't come on Zoom and you really have a contribution to make, we'll keep an eye. The next time we come here, we'll make sure people look on their YouTube channels. If there's a contribution, we'll read it out. You just interrupt and then you read it out and we share other people's perspectives, but just by going through that way, so that we reach out to everybody as much as we can. Thank you so much, guys.
But
Let's
apparently
keep
you just gotta, find a scam. Daddy scam bait. Go find a scam. And then allegedly you can just promote it on here. And then people will just join.
on keeping on. The future's bright. Let's see what the weeks ahead of us holds for us.
God.
And see you same time next week. Time has changed. So as from today,
You better end this soon, okay? Jen's is getting increasingly more upset that we are on the third round of closing remarks at this point. Okay? We have now had the final closing remarks from 3 fucking people. Jens can't take any more damn closing remarks.
and a few more weeks, I think it would be still 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but then 6 p.m. and not.
Wrap it up, Comfort, because I gotta do an outro. By the time we get there, she's gonna want to kill me. All right.
7 p.m. in the UK, and then 7 p.m. and not 8 p.m. in Central Europe until the United States changes, and then it's going to come back to the normal time again. But then thank you, because you all did well today, and see you soon. Much love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. And
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Love
you.
you.
Next week, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Hey, it's Kip Boga.
Over the past 4 years, I have talked to
I would love to watch Kip Boga with all of you, but I highly recommend going to that channel to watch him instead. He is a scam baiter. So that was their Heroes webinar, right? And yeah, it was all about being clean, positive, and ethical. All right? Ethical. See, everybody knows who Kip Boga is already. That's good. Very clean and ethical and positive. Do you know what's funny, though, is they did concentrate mainly this time on the whole, clean and ethical part, which was kind of nice, because I feel like every other time, all we hear about is how positive they are. But I just found it interesting that they didn't touch on that much. They didn't really talk about what it means to be positive. Powerful? It was powerful. Those neurons are firing tonight. Every Sunday they do the Heroes webinar. We don't react to every single one of them, but I do like to react to them sometimes. And that one was a little bit kind of funny to me, because we've been talking a lot about clean, positive, and ethical. Especially the whole clean thing. That's been coming up a lot this past week. So thought it would be a good one to do. HIV positive? Maybe. Stay positive, test negative. But yeah, that was interesting to me too, because good old Andy Burks, I like to hear from him sometimes. And he was a little short in that one. I think he's getting fed up of doing these webinars, honestly. We don't need another hero if those are the ones on offer. Yeah, like Marty? Marty, what would his superhero name be? Captain Shoddy Chair. I don't know. Maybe that could be fun. Maybe we should do that as a game one day, coming up with the superhero names for a bunch of the founders. Speaking of, I am unsure if I'm going to be able to stream over this week. I have some things that are planned. So I am unsure if I'm going to be able to stream over the next few days. I do have a life off of YouTube. But I am definitely going to be doing a stream on Friday. But do stay tuned to the community tab, because if for some reason Ash does go live this week, hopefully it will be at a time that I can step away and do a live. But unless that happens in the next few days, I have some things that I have to take care of in my real life. So I won't be home much to be able to do that. So just stay tuned, though, because I might be able to stick up a video in that time. So hopefully I can. Hopefully I can enjoy life during the week. Well, not everything's fun that I have to do, but I'll try. I'll try. You're still here. Good night must also mean something different there. A 2-hour webinar discussing clean and ethical ways of doing business without giving just one example of how their business is clean and ethical. Right? They keep just repeating that it is. They don't ever explain how or why they think this. It's just that it is because Ash is allegedly honest. And then they never provide like info about Ash being honest at all. Which reminds me, I just wanted to show this before we wrap up here. This here, and hold on, I should be able to get the link and post it in the chat. But this here is a part of the S.E.C. case. It's actually the denial of the motion to dismiss that Ash did. And I just want to let you know that if you scroll down to area 31 here, count 5, this is the count in which Ash Mufareh admits to stealing the money. Okay. See, it says defendants contend that count V5, does not state a claim for unjust enrichments against Mrs. Mufareh because, again, it went into his wife's bank account, because it does not plead facts to support its conclusory allegation that she does not have a legitimate claim to the fund that she received as a co-founder and co-owner of Onpassive. So that's not great. There are no allegations, defendants argue, that Mrs. Mufareh received anything other than routine compensation to a founder or dividend to an owner. The S.E.C. responds that count 5 adequately alleges that Mrs. Mufareh had no legitimate claim to the funds she received, which is the $108 million. Right? So it's the $108 million, all the funds that we're talking about right now. So, had no legitimate claims to the funds she received, mainly because she allegedly gave no consideration in exchange for the funds. So, I mean, it's not great. And if you just keep on reading, it goes on to tell you that basically Mrs. Mufareh would receive the funds from her husband and use them for personal expenses. So if you ever need to get to that quickly, that's where it is. Just want to show all of you it again, just to say this man pocketed the $108 million via his wife's bank account. And then when the S.E.C. was like, hey, you shouldn't have taken all that money, you should have put it back into the company, and etc., he was like, no, we deserved it. So someone that does that, to me, cannot ever be described as ethical, honest. I mean, he could be clean in the sense that he showers daily or something, but I wouldn't consider that to be clean as in legal. The whole reason why the S.E.C. litigation began is because they were going after them for unregistered securities, which basically means you're running an illegal business. It's basically like the easiest, most layaway way that I can explain that is you're running an illegal business. So it's like, I can't call it clean, you know? And I guess if it's positive, can be up for debate. Because Onpassive is the kind of thing where you might get, you know, some positive things happening at the beginning when you show up for these webinars. You feel a sense of community. You know, it seems like it's working in a positive way in your life. But then after you're waiting around for a long ass time going to all these webinars and you've lost all your friends and family and nothing is happening, are you still positive? And do you have a right at that point to not be positive anymore? I think these are the questions we need to start asking. You know, she's earned that money because she puts up with Ash. Joe, no, she doesn't. She chose to. You know, as Violet says, they're not ethical nor clean. And come to think of it, they are not doing business either. It's true. Right? It's like they say they don't want to make a profit, but then they all want to become millionaires off selling these products. Well, I'm sorry. How do you expect to make any money off of things if you're not about making a profit? It really does not make any sense. But the cognitive dissonance of this thing is so fucking high that they don't even take a second to be like, wait, what? How is that going to work? And what do you mean we're not about profit, but we're charging a lot of money for these things? You know? Alp says, I want to know what happened to the OConnect sales money. I'm glad you said that, Alps. I also want to know. I want to know how much it is, how many people paid. Ooh, excuse me. I am hoping that, because we know that the S.E.C had to change the date of the court for discovery issues, like in terms of having to go to India and all that kind of thing. I'm hoping that when all of that is done, we'll get some more answers. Because they're going to obviously be adding that information. They can add all of the information. I feel like they want to update. Because remember, this litigation was done before they even took the money for OConnect. And OConnect was released. So they want to now add to it to include that they did end up releasing products. More money was taken, right? And all that kind of stuff. So when they do that, they should be able to let us know all that information. I believe that they, and Doug also said that he believed that they are doing like forensic discovery of the bank accounts and everything. And that the reason why we're so confident about that is because of the fact that they were able to let us know that Ash had put the $108 million in his wife's account. And then they listed to us several things that the money was spent on. And they wouldn't say that unless they saw that in the actual account. Like the S.E.C isn't going to make up places that Ash spent this money. They would only say it if they've seen the bank account and they've seen the money going from the 108 mil being spent on these things. So it's fair. It's fair to kind of conclude from all that, since it is in the litigation, in the legal documents, they bought this and this and this, you know, including the salon and spa visits that we keep joking about. You know, I think we can all conclude that. So I'm hoping that that's partially what they're doing is, you know, because they have the access. They've probably watched it all go in with the OConnect. They would have seen Ash get all the money back from the merchant, right? Like they've been watching. They've been watching him. So hopefully they can then let us know all that information. They'll be able to tell us how many people bought into it based on how much money was made, probably, and all of that. So there is something positive about the fact that the case got moved. Also, we get to laugh at them for an extra year and a half. Some of you guys were kind of upset. You were like, oh my God, is our fun times going to come to an end soon? So just look at it as we get to hang out here often together for another year and a half while covering this. They could settle before that, but like I said, with the mediation not happening, it might not happen. Like if they can't get mediation done, then they're not going to be settling. So unless Ash, for some reason, gets super duper scared in the future because he's too scared of them finding out about illegal stuff he's doing, and he decides to go and settle with them and kind of get that ball rolling, I don't think it will happen. He won't agree to any kind of director's bar. He won't want to shut the thing down. And he definitely does not want to pay back the 108 mil. And these are the things the SEC is asking of him. So he would have to like agree to one of them, you know what I mean? Or a couple of them in order for it to get settled or for the mediation to go smoothly at all. And it hasn't been. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. I'm pretty sure that it is going to court, but I mean, they could prove me wrong in future. I'm not saying that. I'm not putting it in stone. I'm just saying, you know, I think it's fair to speculate that and kind of go based on how the mediation is going. I think it's fair to be like, yeah, they're probably going to have to go to court. They're asking for a judge, I guess, instead of a jury too. So I don't know what's going to come of that, but either way, it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. I am hoping that in the coming weeks, we can look more into cults and narcissistic behavior of cult leaders and do some comparisons on Ash. We're going to be going back and watching some of Ash's old stuff. Can the founders sue him? Yes, they can. The founders can sue Ash. They can get together. They can do their own litigation 100%. And they can also, and I've told them if they have left and they do want something back, to definitely get a hold of the S.E.C. just in case the S.E.C. is going to give the founders back the money. They need to know who to give it back to, right? So make sure you contact them. But if you are an O-founder in this and you're upset, you can contact the Federal Trade Commission in the USA, or you can just start your own civil suit. And you can even kind of use the one that the S.E.C. is doing as like an outline, because they kind of word everything really well in there, explaining all the things that Ash did. And they do mention in the litigation that Ash made all these different claims that he knew wouldn't come into fruition. So you can use that information to say, Ash Mufareh and Onpassive sold me these products and this OES system under false pretenses of these promises. And then you can even bring up the fact that the S.E.C. litigation is happening, and it might help you out. I mean, you could start that now, if you wanted to. It's just that takes money. And the problem here is that most of the people that Ash preyed on, they had to scramble for the $97 sign-up fee. So the chances of them then having the money to go and file a lawsuit, which costs money as well, is kind of slim to none. Costs a lot of money to sue. You could maybe reach out to some lawyers that might be willing to do it almost pro bono for you unless you win. There are some lawyers that go after MLMs that are willing to do that, I'm sure. But for the most part, it's going to cost out of your pocket. And that's what kind of sucks about these sorts of scams that prey on people. Because it's like, is someone in Papua New Guinea going to be able to contact the FTC and put a complaint in? Not as easily as somebody here in Canada or in the US can. Right? And like, do they have the money to file a lawsuit? Probably not. Right? So that's where it kind of sucks. I hope they do. I hope there is somebody out there that has the money to do it, and they can even do like a group suit. That's been done on MLMs in the past. I highly recommend actually checking out my channel. I've covered several different MLM litigations that have occurred with tons of companies. They get sued often by Huns, and they also try to sue Huns distributors. That's happened a lot too. I remember LuLaRoe tried to sue a bunch of people. Monet's gone after people. So yeah, can't be done just to cost money. Not everyone has the money to do a civil suit, and that's the truth about that. So that's why we just need people to speak out and help us shut these things down, doing whatever we can do about it, wasting their time whenever we can, doing things like that to help lessen some of the harm that they cause in the world. And then hopefully this thing will get theirs when the S.E.C. does take them down. So I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your night. Take care. And I will see you all on Friday for sure. And maybe even before that. Please do give this a like and comment, share it. It helps the algorithm get the word out. I really do wish that there was more people that were covering this thing with us, helping us get the word out so that we can reach a lot of these places that they're preying on and, taking advantage of. So please do share it out wherever you can. I love all of you, and I'll see you all real soon. Mwah! Bye! We're in it to win it.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellish, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all morning long. It's not the answer you want, but
yeah.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy and talking about your experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellish, by the way.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Have a fabulous night. I love you all.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.